is I see him on the screen here. He is trying to join us, but we're going to kick off today's program, Keon, talking about the surprising, may I say, the possible 70 game winner. As I start to change my tune, Arizona Diamondbacks. Last night at Bank One Ballpark, Keon, according to Sports Illustrated, it was a normal game. The Phillies were thumping the Diamondbacks. Madison Bumgarner was not effective, giving up 6 earned, and his collapse continues. And the Diamondbacks were down. They found themselves down early, 7-0. And then in the 4th and 5th innings, all heck broke loose, Keon. Everything went crazy. The damn lights went out. The Tasmanian devil came onto the field, and there was just chaos and anarchy everywhere as the Diamondbacks plated 22 batters over those 2 innings. And it became a 12-7 game after 5 innings.
If you want to talk about a box score that just when you look at it on its face doesn't make any sense, that's one that's very confusing. I had to look at it long and hard last night because I didn't understand what I was looking at, to be honest with you.
Biggest win in franchise history for the Diamondbacks, and that's been a long storied franchise. And they came back to end up defeating the Philadelphia Phillies. Remember what I've been saying about championship ball clubs? Teams with championship aspirations, they don't lose this time of year. They go in and take care of business. And the Phillies are not a championship ball club. I'm sorry. They were hot coming in, and they just folded like a cheap suit last night.
It's one of those things when you see teams that win titles in Major League Baseball. There are some teams that look the part, and the Phillies definitely do. They hit the ball well, they can pitch well, and we've seen it a couple of times earlier in the season in sort of these big moment, big pressure statement games. They don't handle it well, and so this is a team against the Diamondbacks. It's not even a big pressure game, and they can't handle this.
Tonight it's Zach Gallen going against Aaron Nola for the Phillies. And Zach Gallen has had a solid season, 9-2, 2.66 ERA. Dare I say, the only bright spot of this young Diamondbacks team. And we'll see what happens tonight as the Phillies continue to play the Diamondbacks here in Phoenix at Chase in downtown Phoenix. I can't believe last night. I just can't believe it. They got Jake McCarthy. And by the way, I wonder if this thing's going to turn a little testy. Jake McCarthy, who's been hot for the Diamondbacks, took one right between the numbers last night. I mean, it wasn't even close. It was right between the numbers. And I just wonder if there will be retribution tonight on a team that has absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. Like it's pride and some confidence and not just laying down and taking it, like they have been earlier this season from every team that comes through here.
I would be shocked if there wasn't, because there's an opportunity here, I think, to try and build something that you can roll into next year. Little momentum, little confidence, the belief in yourself that, we can beat some of these teams. Because I know the White Sox aren't the team that we thought they were, but they swept them. The Phillies, despite the fact that I agree with you, you're a team that's losing this time of year. I have serious concerns, but that is a good Phillies team. And if you're beating that team, then why not build into the culture? Hey, we don't get pushed around here either.
I'm just surprised. Where was this all season long? Where was it all season long?
That's
I have
a great
to ask
question. That is a fantastic question. I'm not sure that there's necessarily, a great answer for it. It just seems like the team is hitting well at the right time. It seems like the bullpen's kind of stepping up a little bit. They're hanging in there late in games. So some of these games where even if the Diamondbacks were winning, you knew around the 6th or 7th inning it was all over because they were going to give up a bunch of runs. They haven't been doing that lately.
Boy, Carson Kelly last night, he went 2 for 4, drove in 4 runs, had 4 RBI. Josh Rojas he wore the golden sombrero. He should not be playing DH. I'm sorry. Ketel Marte, again, another guy that's, in my opinion, overrated. He went 2 for 4 last night, scoring 2 runs on his own and driving 1 in. Christian Walker, he was 1 for 2. He walked 3 times, had 1 RBI and scored 2 runs. And then you start to get to these young Diamondback players. Emmanuel Rivera, who is playing third base, was 1 for 4, scoring 2 runs, drove 1 in. Stone Garrett. Now there's a ball player's name if I've ever heard one in my life. 2 for 5. He went 2 for 5, scored 2 runs, drove in 2. This is the kind of production you look for from a team, all season long. It just, I find it hard to believe that we have not done this sooner. Madison Bumgarner went 3 2/3, gave up 11 hits, 7 earned, and only struck out 2. Luis Frias came in. He went 2 1/3, and he struck out 2 and walked 1. Caleb Smith came in, was pretty productive for 2 innings and struck out 3, gave 2 walks. And Reyes Maranta came in for an inning and struck out 1. And I guess he just kind of closed it off. Diamondbacks having a big night. Let's see what happens tonight as they go against this Phillies team again. But I have to tell you, after Jake McCarthy took one right, and I mean it was an absolute heater right between his numbers, it would not surprise me to see some retribution on the part of the Snakes tonight. I'm not calling for it. I'm just saying it would not surprise me.
It would be a very baseball thing to happen. So I agree with you there. I also agree on the production that seems to, I don't want to say came out of nowhere, but the team is suddenly really, really hot. And I was looking at Ketel Marte because he was so productive last night.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that the 2 for 4 and the RBI, but like over the last 7 days, he's been batting 191. So it's not like it's been good lately.
It is not. It's been an up and down season for him, but it always is.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And that's where I always questioned, paying him and sort of centering him as the franchise guy.
Yeah.
Not that he's not a quality ball player. He certainly is. But consistency is kind of what you want in baseball from your stars, right? Like the guy comes out there and he bats well all the time, and you get the roller coaster ride with Marte. So I don't know how long you can kind of keep that up if this is supposed to be the face of your team.
You can really look at this Phillies team and see how baseball has changed because look at the lineup from last night. Schwarber was hitting leadoff, playing left field. He went 2 for 5, drove in 4 because he had another bomb last night. Leads the National League.
That's all he does. I mean, that guy just rips the cover off the ball every time he gets up to the plate.
And yet they've got him leading off. They're putting the bat in his hand more often than not. Then it was Rhys Hoskins, another thumper on that team, was 2 for 5. He scored a run. He didn't drive any in. The Bryce Harper was 2 for 4. He got walked one time, and he also he had an RBI. JT Realmuto, their catcher, he was 0 for 3, but he drove in 2. He had 2 RBIs. So I mean, the Philadelphia team can score. I mean, the Diamondbacks have had trouble scoring points, scoring runs, and now they start to look like an elite team. And it's most of their minor league. I don't know. Diamondbacks, Phillies again tonight, 6:40 pitch down at the ballpark in downtown Phoenix. 888-368-1580. The text line as we continue to try to get Jeffrey O'Brien on this Tuesday edition of the Daily Blender. Natty Daddy. Afternoon, everybody. A few interesting cuts today, don't you think? Yes, I would agree with that. We'll talk about that next. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. You guys are so negative on the Diamondbacks. They only need 10 more wins in their last 35 games to get 70 wins. This bet I have with Jeffrey is like taking candy from a baby. Oh, Big George. Big George. Come on, man.
I mean, the schedule is still brutal. Look, I will applaud the Diamondbacks if they make it to 70 wins. I nobody wants the Diamondbacks to succeed and be better more than me. I just don't see it. And and until I see it happen, I can't imagine it. That's really what I'm trying to say.
Blissful Hayes says, good afternoon, Randy and Keon. The Diamondbacks should give Torey Lovello a lifetime contract. By the way, my favorite texter name from the 1580 The Fanatic listener party was Creepy Bush. Thank you, Blissful Hayes. Good to hear from you. The text line is open at 888-368-1580. Snakes and Phillies tonight, and it does not get easier, Big George, just by the way. Does not get easier. Big trade happened today for the Arizona Cardinals that you might be interested in. I kind of, Keon, did this surprise you? I kind of saw this happening yesterday. There was they released a cornerback, and I was like, okay, what are they doing here? And then today they make a trade with the Raiders to bring over Trayvon Mullen, cornerback. Had been with the Raiders, so this is not breaking news. It's new news. Of course, Mullen has to pass a physical, which I'm assuming will be no problem whatsoever. 7th round pick from the Cardinals that might move to a 6th based on Mullen's playing 10 games with the Cardinals. Mullen was expected to be released by Las Vegas, but with the Cardinals low on waiver wire list, this was a way to assure to get Mullen on the roster. So Cardinals, Steve Keim, apparently they like this kid, and he's also is he not also cousin to Lamar Jackson? Isn't that what I understood?
I can't confirm that. That I do not know.
Yeah. Right.
But I will say that, they were high on him, but a lot of people were really high on him. This is a guy that's been, heavily touted as a great corner since high school. Honestly, I think he was the 2nd ranked corner in his class. When he was going to Clemson, he really is a talented player, and since he's been in the NFL, he hasn't been, the greatest, or he hasn't been what he was necessarily at Clemson, but he has been really, really good, really solid as a player. And last year he was just derailed by an the first 2 seasons he had in the league, he played every single game. Last year he only played 5 games. So obviously there's a little bit of an injury risk there with him. But if he's healthy, this is only a help for the Cardinals.
Mullen played only 5 games last season for the Silver and Black. He had a foot and toe injuries. Started 13 of 37 games for the Raiders with 4 interceptions. He was drafted 40th overall in 2019 after the Cardinals took starting cornerback Byron Murphy at 33 overall. Cards now have, this is interesting, 5 of the top 40 draft picks in the 2019 draft. First rounders Kyler Murray and Hollywood Brown. Second rounders Murphy, Mullen, and Cody Ford. Mullen, by the way, also was a teammate of Isaiah Simmons. But what the hell are we doing? Are we just going out and finding, hey, who is your college teammates? And then Steve Keim's making a list, and then he's trying to put together a list and saying, we're going to go out and get guys that these dudes played with because they're going to play better then. Is that what he's doing?
I don't know that that's what he's doing. I don't want to accuse him of that necessarily. I do think when he went to go get Hollywood Brown, that was a factor. Absolutely. But right now, I think, you just have some of these colleges that are just powerhouse schools producing tons and tons of great players. So when you grab a guy from, Clemson's defense, Clemson usually has a really good defense. You might grab 1 or 2. You grab somebody from Georgia's defense, you're going to probably have multiple of them. So I just think that there's a certain point where the top, especially defensive players, are coming out of a handful of schools, and you can't really trade for or sign for some of these guys without grabbing a guy that goes to a school with somebody else.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's interesting. And by the way, this guy who is coming over, this new addition to the Cardinals secondary, Trayvon Mullen, he happens to have a lot of experience against teams like, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Possibly the Denver Broncos.
Mullen picked off Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes back in 2020. This is kind of my theory. This is kind of my conspiracy theory that the Cardinals go out and get guys, and then they put him in a secret room there, at the training facility, put a light on him, or they have a machine that extracts all of the information on how to defend the other teams, or what the playbook is for an opponent. I'm just saying it could happen. I watched X-Files. The truth is out there. 888-368-1580. It is the text line. King of Kiddin says at least the Diamondbacks have their air conditioning. Today's the first day of August. They hit 110. Tomorrow, last day of August. Rando, beer me. All right. Well, okay. There you go. Was it 110 today?
Yeah. It got up there.
Yeah, finally. Chief Skull says, good afternoon. A great Randino and Keon. I want to say that I stand with Big George. Go Diamondbacks. Well, I mean, hey, there's no bigger Diamondbacks fan than Big George, but I am right there with you. I say go Diamondbacks as well. But I still don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, and look, stand with the Diamondbacks. That's your team, right? When we talk about what we think the Diamondbacks can't do or might not be capable of doing, that is not because we are rooting against the Diamondbacks. It is just, a look at the way that things are run. There are certain things that you consistently accomplish when your team is run well. There are things that you consistently don't accomplish when your team's not run well. And I think we can all agree that Diamondbacks are not run as well as they could be. And so here we are.
So what's happening here is the Diamondbacks are bringing up their top prospects, which I applaud. Let these guys get some time in. Let these guys get some reps in. Let these guys get some ABs at the big league level and kind of feel the atmosphere. Why not? Why not bring them up? You're not going to go to the playoffs. You're not going to win a wild card. But the issue is the other teams don't have a lot of data on these guys that are coming up. And so the more they take reps in here, the more they face pitching, then you start to see, the situation where, he's weak on a low and away pitch. If you set him up, with a fastball in, you could throw that hard breaker that's low and away, and he'll swing at it, 89% of the time. And so they make that little mark and they start to adjust to you. So I don't anticipate these guys to do a lot of damage, but hey, come on up and have some fun. Enjoy your time here at the big league level and enjoy it. The Jet says, no, Jeffrey, pina colada. No, I'm not going to do that. Jeffrey is right there. He keeps jumping in on the video, and then he's got to go back. Jeffrey has got internet issues going on, and we are efforting him, as Jim Rome likes to say. We are efforting Jeffrey, trying to get him to be on the show here. Double D says, Randy, team chemistry building is very important. Don't shun Steve Keim for trying to think inside that box. Remember what Herb Brooks did with those kids in 1980. Not the best players, but chemistry meant building a team of the right players. Thank you, Double D. I could almost hear the majestic music behind you as I read that text. All right, first segment down here on this Tuesday edition. When we come back, let's go and check in on the NFL. It's cut down day. Let's see who made it and who got cut. It's NFL cuts on the Daily Blender here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
College football underway. The first full slate of games this week. Arizona State playing at home on Thursday night against Northern Arizona, and the Arizona Wildcats on the road Saturday afternoon. They are a 6-point underdog at San Diego State. Diamondbacks and Phillies game 2 tonight. Arizona plus 115 on the money line. Philadelphia at minus 135. The over-under at 7. NASCAR, the field of 16 for the Cup Series championship is set. Chase Elliott, the odds-on favorite to win it at plus 275. Kyle Larson at plus 650. Ross Chastain at plus 800. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
Research shows listeners don't like it when ads interrupt their music. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, we made this ad optional. If you want to skip this ad, remove your left earphone. Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
If you're missing this informative ad, you must love wasting your cash.
It's the easy and smart way to save.
Now it's all been said, so if that earphone was out, put it back in your head.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Meet Boost, the fizzing amazing vitamin boost that turn your H2O into H2O, so you feel like
I like to boost it. My vitamins get boosted. I like to boost it. We like to boost it.
because it's not just vitamins, it's Boost, the fizzing amazing vitamin boost.
Find Boost, the vitamin boosts, at CVS or CVS.com and give yourself a boost with Boost.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Admit it, you love the action. You love the excitement.
For a touchdown.
You love the big plays.
Sideline, the 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5, rock and roll, touchdown.
And you love the big hits. So do we. The NFL. We've got the games you want and the info you need. Listen for the latest 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for the NFL.
It's a Tuesday edition of the Daily Blender on 1580 99.3 The Fanatic on this 30th day of August, where we finally hit 110. Is that the first 110 this summer, I think? I think it is. Have we hit the teens
Oh yeah,
this summer?
In July we were all up in it.
We were.
Yeah,
I don't remember that. Must have been drunk.
there was definitely a couple of days I remember it was insanely hot.
Bruno Baller on the text line at 888-368-1580 says, with 35 games remaining, the Snakes only need to go 4-31 in order to win 64 games this year. Looks like that's going to happen. Why do you say that, Bruno Baller? Why do you say that? Big George wants us to know Jeffrey is now dropped from the YouTube video feed. Rest in peace, Jeffrey's crappy internet service provider. You will be missed. Big George, come on. You mean his internet service provider or Jeffrey?
I think he means the internet service provider.
So he's saying the ISP won't be missed. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah. The Cox Communications.
You know, I know my friend, and I know that he's doing everything that he can to get on the show here. Right now, he's probably got all of his tools out, and he's probably yelling at somebody on the phone over there at Cox. He's not sitting around with his feet up, sipping a whiskey. I know that for a fact. He's not sitting around taking a nip nap right now. No, he's working as hard as he's not having, a hot dog or a corn dog and, a cool beverage. He's not doing that. He's not sitting at the kitchen table right now with his wife, just shooting the breeze. He's doing everything he can to be here on this edition of the Daily Blender. Randy's Chuckle says, I guess he just wants to show me. 6-leg parlay. All right, let's see what you got here. Just wanted to point out that Jeffrey's vaunted Rockies were first team to wreck my 21 million to 1 division winner parlay. Jeffrey's Rockies?
I was not aware that Jeffrey was a Rockies fan. This is the first time hearing of it.
So let's see. He's got the Cleveland Guardians taking the AL Central, the Pirates winning the NL Central, the Marlins winning the NL East, the Mariners winning the AL West, the Rockies winning the NL West, and Tampa Bay winning the AL East. Yeah, this thing was doomed from where it started, Randy's Chuckle. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you that. Baker's cocky hens. Randy blacked out the 117 temperature days for a week straight. Jeffrey's obviously using a fake video to make it appear he's having tech issues. Oh, no, he's having tech issues. He's disappeared from our YouTube feed.
Look, Jeffrey has, by his own admission,
yeah,
so many days of PTO. If Jeffrey didn't want to be on the show, he didn't have to fake anything. He can just say, guys, I'm taking a day, and that's that. I mean, it doesn't have to be more complicated than this. He's fighting to get back.
Apparently, there is something going on between Chief Skull and Big George I was not aware of, Keon. On the text line here at 888-368-1580, Chief Skull says, again, I stand with the big oak, Big George, go Diamondbacks. The hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Big George is not a tree.
He's a person. He's a very tall person. He's as tall as a tree, but he's not a tree.
Berg says, good afternoon, Keon and Randy. Have a great afternoon. Go D-backs on Mikhail Bridges Appreciation Night. Huh. I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a thing. I've seen his face on a bunch of Diamondback related tweets from folks around the valley. So,
and the Berg doesn't believe what I was saying about Jeffrey fighting tooth and nail trying to get back on the air. He just simply says, or is he? Baker's cocky hen says, if you're going with a long shot bet, at least be reasonable. Yeah, that's a good point.
But
that's
isn't a long shot bet by definition not reasonable? Like, that's why it's a long shot.
Boogie says Jeffrey's a huge Rockies fan. He's also recently switched football teams. He's now a huge Houston Texans fan. I did not know that, Boogie. 888-368-1580. Keon, can you explain to me what the hell's going on here?
I can try.
Well, we had Robinson. He got shot in the buttocks,
and the knee,
Yeah. We had a break-in at that soccer player where a band of thugs came into his house with guns and some sort of iron bars. Robbed him at gunpoint and bar point. But, just thinking about it, I wouldn't mind being robbed at bar point. It's the right kind of bar. I'm just saying. Now this, Fulton County District Attorney's Office has indicted a gang of 26 people with alleged involvement in burglaries at homes of local celebrities. Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Calvin Ridley and Atlanta United star Brad Guzan were among those allegedly burglarized by a group, according to a report from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Fannie Willis, the Fulton County District Attorney, explained that the homes had been scouted before the burglaries. What the hell's going on here? I mean, over the last few days, I've heard more crimes against, sports figures than I believe I heard all of last year. Usually it's the other way around. You know what I mean? Usually it's a sports figure that's committing some sort of, crime on humanity. But according to this report here, well, I mean, what do you expect when you put your home and all your belongings on some sort of a social media stream? Of course they're going to come take what you have.
And I get that, but I also kind of empathize with them a little bit, because how do you know that if you didn't grow up, with a ton of money? So then all of a sudden you've got a bunch of stuff and you're showing off a little bit maybe, and you're showing your friends and all of that. And you're not really thinking about how many other people now have their eyeballs on you because you do have that elevated status of being an athlete, being a celebrity, and that there are people who have bad intentions now looking at you too. I think if you don't grow up with a ton of money, thinking about the security of keeping yourself safe, you think you go home and that's your safe place, but no, now people know where you live. They can look it up.
Yeah.
Like you said, they can scout it out. So I kind of feel bad for guys. It seems like it should be obvious, but I also understand how it's not.
This Fannie Willis person apparently said that Ridley's Atlanta residence was recently showcased on the YouTube channel Sports Mansions. In total, the indictment details 16 incidents since 2018 at the chart, and the charges include attempted murder, home invasion, kidnapping, burglary, aggravated assault, theft by receiving. Yeah, is that a crime against Calvin Ridley? Because he's a receiver? What is that? Big George, help. Theft by receiving, false imprisonment, and terroristic threats. Dude.
Oh, so theft by receiving is if somebody retains or disposes of stolen property of another person and they know or have good reason to know that the property was stolen, then that is illegal. So basically, if they should have known that the thing that they got was stolen, if they bought it and they knew, hey, if for instance, if it was like a Super Bowl ring or some kind of NFC title ring or something like that, and then that person gets it and they know there's no way they could have gotten this except that it was stolen, that is theft by receiving.
Anyway, there seems to be a popular belief now that you can go and be a bully to these rich sports figures and steal all their junk. 888-368-1580, Big George, and I thank you, Chief Skoll. You're a gentleman and a scholar. From your hairline to your what? I stand with you and the Minnesota Vikings, Skull Vikings. Big George, come on.
Big
Quit
George
kissing down.
Just pandering right now.
I mean, I would say kissing up, but he's 7 feet tall.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Up. He's got to kiss down.
It's a fantastic point.
Chief Skoll says, are Randy and Jeffrey in the same household because they have the same internet issues? I have Cox, and I have never had this many issues. You know what, Chief Skoll? Why don't you go text Big George or something? Randy's chuckle. It was one penny to win $214,000 worth of shot. Well, okay. He's talking about his parlay where the Colorado Rockies, according to him, Jeffrey's Colorado Rockies have ruined his shot at big money. The Berg says the soccer player would have flopped and they'd been there if they would have been there during the burglary. Well, that's true.
It's just interesting that this story takes place in Atlanta, because I remember a few years ago. Was it a few years ago? No, actually, it was earlier this year. I remember a while ago, in June, apparently, Vince Carter had his house broken into and $100,000 worth of stuff, taken, some jewelry.
See what I mean?
He had some guns that he, legally registered, legally owned guns, but they were stolen too.
Yeah.
And this is Atlanta. So both of these stories are taking place in Atlanta. I just happen to think there may be a connection here.
Well, they
If you got
Yeah,
a gang
I
of
think-
people who scout out the
think
houses.
That's what old Fanny District Attorney Fanny District Attorney. What was her name? Anyway, that's what this district attorney was saying. That this has been going on since 2018. Celebrities' houses in the Atlanta area by a group of hoodlums. The Jet says it means you orchestrated or accepted stolen goods. Yeah, thank you, Jet. We got that. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Baker's Cocky Hen says for Ridley, it's obviously his bookies coming for him. The NFL shut down his legal gambling. He doesn't have a problem. Come on. He even said he doesn't have a problem. Okay. So 888-368-1580. Cut day is happening. And when we come back from this break, we're just going to jump in on cut day for the NFL. And boy, there's a bunch of them. The Raiders got rid of their one of their first round picks. The Cowboys have made a move that is head scratching to say the least. Yeah, a whole lot's going on in the NFL today. We'll cover that. We'll start talking about it next here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
When a nasty cold keeps you up all night, Vicks NyQuil Severe gives you powerful relief from your worst cold and flu symptoms, which changes a night that sounds like this into a night that sounds more like this. Ah, that's better. NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, sore throat, stuffy head, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. Use as directed.
Are you wasting money on a timeshare you rarely use? Cancel it with Titan Exit Group. Get a free consultation and see how they can stop the never-ending maintenance fees and mortgage payments. In fact, if your timeshare contract is not terminated, you owe nothing, so you have nothing to lose. But those monthly fees. Get legally released from your timeshare, 100% guaranteed. Call now for your free consultation at 800-200-0894. 800-200-0894.
FanDuel wants you to be ready for game day when college football kicks off this week. And right now, new customers can get $150 in free bets guaranteed for week one. Yeah, that's right. Just place a $5 bet and you can get $150 back whether you win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, now is the perfect time to give it a shot. The app is so easy to use. They're always hooking you up with great odds. And when you win, you'll get paid fast. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Download the FanDuel app today and sign up with promo code Randy1580. Place your $5 bet to get $150 in free bets guaranteed just to kick off the college football season. That's promo code Randy1580. Remember, 21 and older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
The most important event in sports could happen at any time. Like right now. Or right now. Or even now. Don't miss history. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender, 1580 99.3 The Fanatic. Still waiting on Jeffrey O'Brien, and he's trying to. I'm sure right now he's breaking things. He's probably breaking things right now and pulling cords and trying to repatch things. Because I know the furiosity that he is working, trying to get back on the air with us here. So we're waiting on him. Kaylin and I will try to hold this ship down until 6 o'clock tonight. This is sort of a free for all. So, we're going to talk some NFL cuts right now. And beyond that, where I can see on the horizon, I don't have an idea what we're going to talk about next. I'm on CBS.com sports, and I am looking for fun things to talk about.
It's what happens when the technical difficulties get you.
This is what you do. You got to be ready in season and out of season. That's what, some of my radio mentors taught me. You just got to be ready to man on, you got to just go on with it. 888-368-1580. That's the text line. And you are part of the show. Feel free to use that. The Reaper says, hey guys, just curious, who are you picking to win next Thursday, Rams or Bills? I'm taking the Bills.
Yeah, I'm leaning Bills too. I'll probably flip flop on any pick you ask me about. Could be different by the time I actually pick, but I'm leaning Bills right now.
Yeah, I think they're the most complete team right now. Matt Stafford is kind of playing. He's kind of playing injured.
Yeah, he says he's okay, but he's Matt Stafford. He's a tough SOB. What else is he going to say?
Yeah.
We're talking about a dude who broke his collarbone and finished the game with the broken collarbone.
Yeah. And that hurts too.
Oh, yeah. And he was mic'd up that game. It's painful.
The Reaper says he's taking the Rams. Okay. All right. Good luck. Florida Mustard says, let's talk about how I crop dusted a full conference room this morning and got away with it.
I think that makes you a bad person.
No kidding.
Don't do that to people.
Were you in like jeans or dress pants? Because I think that makes a difference. If you're in the dress pants, there's not as much there to stop some of that airflow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you definitely did damage.
If you're in dress pants, you just killed everybody. Boogie wants to know, will Kyler finish the season a top 5 quarterback in fantasy football? I need him to be.
Boogie. I think he will, but you sounded incredibly desperate, and that's not a great sign.
Yeah. Boogie, I don't know.
That's
I want to say yes. I want to say I hope so. That's my team, man. But I don't. The last 2 seasons, if that's any proof of the way we're going this year. But I've got to keep my head up because it's a long season. We're just beginning. 28 on the text line says, just now joined in who's having testicle difficulties? Jeffrey doesn't have testicle difficulties. Yeah, technical difficulty. The Berg says, sounds like something a mustard person would do. Yeah. 888-368-1580. All right. So cut down day in the NFL. A lot of teams are very active today. And there might be some hot commodities. For example, the Broncos, they let Philip Lindsay go. So he's an undesignated free agent right now. A guy that's had back-to-back 1,000-plus yard seasons. He has had some good things happen to him. Lately, he's been down on the numbers, but the Colts released him today. What do you think about Philip Lindsay being released by the Colts today?
Yeah, just he's a guy that had a really cool start to his career because if I'm not mistaken, he was an undrafted guy, and he was with the Broncos, and he was the hometown guy because he was from Denver, and he really put up some solid years. But I was hoping he'd kind of extend that, keep it going, but it's hard to do it as a running back. It really is. So I hope he catches on somewhere. I'm sure some team at some point in need of a running back is going to take a look at Philip Lindsay. but it's true that the numbers haven't been the same as what they were, when he first popped onto the scene.
I mean, he's not that old. He doesn't have a whole lot of miles on those legs. He could be used as a number 2 guy or number 3 guy, depending on what you want him to do, depending on your offensive scheme. I think Philip Lindsay might be a good pickup. You don't have to use him for every carry, every down. All right. So what about the Raiders? Is this an attempt to just wipe away the former regime completely so the slate is clean? But apparently, Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle, offensive guard, who was drafted in the first round of the 2021 draft by the Raiders, yeah, he was released today. Now, I don't know how he played. I don't know if he was that good. Quite honestly, with everything that happened, I don't know if he had a chance to really be coached up. Do you think this was fair to Alex Leatherwood, or do you just say this is the NFL, Keon, and that's the way it is?
I mean, it's not fair to Alex Leatherwood, but if I'm going to say it was unfair, I'm going to say it was unfair prior to this when Mike Mayock drafted him, because it wasn't a shock to everybody that Mike Mayock drafted him too high. Alex Leatherwood should never have been drafted where he was drafted. And unfortunately, I believe the poor guy's going to carry the label of being a bust when really it wasn't his fault. He didn't campaign to be drafted where he was drafted. And so he was basically given the responsibilities of being a premier tackle in the NFL, and he wasn't ready and, didn't necessarily have the skill set. And there should have been, a less urgency on him, except he was a first rounder. So all the urgency ends up going on him. And that's because as much as we talk about what John Gruden did to blow apart the Raiders, and there is a lot you could blame him for, Mike Mayock carries a lot of responsibility too, because he had some of the most insane, incoherent drafts that I've ever seen in my life. And Alex Leatherwood being taken where he was taken in the first round is one of them.
Seems to me that a guy like this that's got some experience at this level is certainly not going to be a starter, certainly not going to be a guy you're going to put in there as a starter, but he could be a guy that you could bring in for depth help, a guy that might do some spot starts here and there. He's got 2 positions that he can do, but some people say, yeah, but neither one of them are any good. Offensive guard, offensive tackle. And I think given the right situation, given the right offensive coach and the right guys around him, I think that maybe the guy comes from Alabama. It was a multi-year starter. I mean, Saban saw something in him. Clearly the guy's got some talent. Why not give him a shot? If you need some depth at your offensive line, why not bring him in?
It would be a good idea, and he's going to play. The thing is, as much as he got ripped when he was in Vegas with the Raiders for not living up to all the expectations that unfortunately Mike Mayock heaped on him, he's going to play because we have this sport that people get injured, and it's kind of a war of attrition. And so, yeah, he's going to be valuable to somebody because he is a big body. He does have good hands. It's really the feet with him and the footwork that never really came together. And I don't know if that's coaching. I think that's part of it. But part of it is, some guys just, at a certain weight and size just aren't that smooth. And it's actually the freakish ones that actually manage to be, 300 pounds and light on their toes. So Alex Leatherwood's going to have value somewhere. I just don't know where that's going to wind up being. It's going to be a kind of, we got an injury, let's call Alex Leatherwood kind of deal.
I don't know why this next guy was released, but the Vikings, they let edge rusher Janarius Robinson go. Now, this dude he's a beast, and he's really athletic. He's got quick feet. He can flash around the edge. He had 3 pressures on 40 pass rush snaps in the preseason. Yeah, he's a little rough. He needs some work. Why wouldn't a team like, I don't know, maybe the Cardinals?
I knew you were going to say that.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe. No, I don't know. A Janarius Robinson and try to work with him.
I think they don't really have much of a choice. The Cardinals, if they want to get that kind of pass rush that they had kind of last year a little bit, especially when you had still at the time Chandler Jones and healthy JJ Watt, that was a scary part of your front four. And obviously Chandler Jones in Vegas with the Raiders now, and JJ Watt's still here, but he's going to need some help. Okay. He's going to need some kind of assistance. Yeah. I think that any valuable, especially athletic edge rusher, somebody who's definitely showed some skill, showed some talent, if you don't bring them in and kick the tires, it's football malpractice.
Another guy I noticed, the Bills released running back Duke Johnson. Now, okay, he's got a little age on him, but he's. I think this is a guy that, given the right circumstance, the right team, again, you could use him. I mean, listen, he's averaged a healthy 4.4 yards per carry, and this is a guy that a team could use in that third down package where you need to get some yards, or maybe a first down package where you need to get him up there about 5 yards so you can set up the next, the second, third down. I think this would be a guy that would be great for a team if he could stay healthy. And my understanding of Duke Johnson is he's got pretty good hands too. He can catch the ball. What do you say about Duke Johnson? Is he kind of a sleeper out there that the Bills just kind of had to release him because they had too many people in the end, and they didn't have anywhere to put him, and maybe another team gets rich by picking him up?
I agree with that. I think he's a guy that can give you that shifty outside game, and the Bills love having that in the game. It's kind of a release valve for Josh Allen when he's making plays and there's nothing downfield. But yeah, their running back room, is actually quite full. You got Devin Singletary, you got James Cook, you got Zach Moss, all of those guys. So when you got a running back room that deep and you've already got your committee of backs, sometimes there's no room for a guy like Duke Johnson. So if you need somebody like that, and again, it's going to be probably a little bit later in the year, maybe somebody like even Jacksonville can take a look at a Duke Johnson, because I don't know that they're necessarily going to have themselves all healthy. They've got Travis Etienne, but you want to add another guy to the committee. I think Duke Johnson could help him out.
888-368-1580, the text line. King of Kittens says, I want some tickets to the ASU game on Thursday night. Thank you, guys. I figured out the parking and electronic tickets, got them all loaded in a new app on my phone. And the best part is these are nice, comfortable club seats. Hey, man, we don't give junk out here on the Big Flamethrower. You know what I mean? We give the good stuff. When you call in, you win something. We try to make sure it's going to be a great experience for you. So I'm glad you got them, King of Kittens. I hope you enjoy the game. Yeah, boy, I hope it's a good game for you. I hope it's not some sort of a disastrous coming out party for the Sun Devils this year. And NAU figures out some way to win. I hope that doesn't happen. Enjoy the game, though. Enjoy the club seats. Enjoy the entire experience there, King of Kittens. Have fun with that, and you're very welcome. Florida Mustard says, it's a guarantee that Baker Mayfield hits an immediate crotch grab toward the Browns sideline after his first touchdown pass.
Really, the over-under is like 1.5 crotch grabs.
So you're taking the over?
Game.
You're taking the over?
Oh, I'm 100% taking over.
You're taking the over on that?
Yeah.
I think he's going to do the arm flail run thing.
That's definitely going to happen too. I don't think he has a choice. That's just how he runs.
But you guys think he's going to do the crotch grab? I think he's beyond that.
Baker Mayfield. I saw Baker Mayfield in college take the Oklahoma flag after beating Ohio State.
Yes.
Run to the center of the field and stick it right in the middle of that old Buckeye.
Yeah.
I don't think that crotch grabs or any such thing is beneath Baker Mayfield, because I don't think anything is beneath Baker Mayfield. He is petty.
My son, the Sarge, was at a game one time, Cardinals Cowboys, and Jerry Jones was walking by where my son was, and my son, respectfully, was heckling Jerry. He wasn't, shouting profanities at him. He was just heckling him. And Jerry turned around and gave a crotch grab towards Sarge. It's like, right here, Jack. I mean, that's Jerry Jones, man.
All I'm saying is Baker Mayfield is cut from the same cloth. They're the same kind of guy. They're very petty human beings. You know, if you go low, they go lower. That's I mean, did you hear the Baker Mayfield trash talk? That was God, he said he was going to F up the Browns.
Wow.
That reporter asked him,
I'm going to F up the Browns. You could tell he's motivated.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Beer Nuts is on the text line. Alex Weatherwood going to be a Dallas Cowboy. I'm calling it. Anyone want to bet?
Oh, that'd be such a bad pickup.
Well, the Cowboys have made other questionable moves, like what they did on Cutdown Day. We'll talk about that in a minute. Pinocchio says, Leatherwood, if leather could. Boogie says, Duke Johnson would be a great addition to your football team in 2018. Wow. Fire.
I mean, as your third back, he can help somebody.
Kyle G, Duke Johnson to Washington since Robinson was shot. What do you think about that, Keon?
Not the worst idea in the world.
All right,
actually.
1 hour down, 2 to go. It's Randy and Keon. Jeffrey's still efforting here to get on the show. We'll be back in the 4 o'clock hour right after this on The Fanatic.
Research shows listeners don't like it when ads interrupt their music. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, we made this ad optional. If you want to skip this ad, remove your left earphone. Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
If you're missing this informative ad, you must love wasting your cash.
It's the easy and smart way to save.
Now it's on its head, so if that earphone was out, put it back in your head.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
It's time once again for the Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Set your picks each week and see if you are this season's best game picker. First prize is $1,580 from Harman Solar. Second prize, a Zebra e-bike from Hemingway, along with other cash prizes and great weekly prizes. Go to 1580thefanatic.com and follow the link. It's the Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest from your home for the NFL, playoffs, and Super Bowl in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-279-0433 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-279-0433. That's 800-279-0433. What do you have to lose? Call 800-279-0433. Again, 800-279-0433.
The NFL season is almost here. Kickoff week 1 with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Join today and get started with $150 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Yeah, just sign up with promo code Randy1580 to get in on the action. Then you can turn game day into payday all season long. Play your way and bet on more than just the final score. Wager on everything from touchdowns to total yards to catches. There's so many options. You can even combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with Same Game Parlay. Don't fumble your chance to get $150 in free bets, win or lose, with promo code Randy1580. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Remember, you got to be 21 and older, present in Arizona, first online real money wager only, $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
It's 4 o'clock on the next to last day of August 2022. on this Tuesday. My name is Randy White. Right over there, the sexiest man in Sports Talk Radio, Keon Rhodes. As we are trying to get Jeffrey O'Brien to join us here on this Tuesday edition of the Daily Blender, as we broadcast live from Scottsdale in our beautiful Harmon Solar Mega Complex. You're on the text line at 888-368-1580. And we're headed this way towards 6 o'clock tonight, currently talking NFL Cutdown Day. Of course, you know the Cardinals made a big move today. There was some activity last night at Chase Field where the Diamondbacks set a new franchise record, doing their damnedest to make me look like a fool by winning 70 games somehow in this crazy 2022 season. And then there was a voice from the darkness. And his name was Jeffrey O'Brien as he joins us now. Jeffco, how you doing?
I'm okay. Can you actually hear me? And do I sound like I'm gargling computers?
No, you sound sound like you're right here.
Oh, cool. Wow. So this little backup thing worked. Boy, we should have done that an hour ago.
Huh.
So what have you guys talked about? What have I missed?
Well, we talked Diamondbacks. We talked the Cardinals trade, but of course, everything is, up in the air. We've been talking some NFL cut downs on the cut down day.
Ooh, I want to cut somebody down. Let's make fun of Kyler Murray. He's short. Cut down. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see Jeffrey's face.
Yeah.
He's smiling so hard right now.
Probably good that I don't see his face. I was just getting ready to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, but you take it from here, Jeffco.
Oh, all right. Well, if you want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, we can, because I don't know who's running stuff over there, Crazy Jerry or Mike McCarthy, but yeah, I think you can get by with one quarterback. Why not? Why not just one quarterback on the roster? Why not just Dak Prescott? Because he never gets hurt, does he?
Never gets hurt.
Hey, no, he's it's not at all like he's 1 year removed from a horrific ankle injury. Not at all.
Yeah, it wasn't gruesome or anything. It's not like it was that bad. Okay. So, but here's the reality of the situation. They're not looking to have Dak Prescott be the only quarterback forever. This is just at the cut time, to get to 53 players. Then they're going to be moving some things around and this and that. I guarantee you. I don't guarantee anything with Sandwich, Eaton, McCarthy, and Crazy Jerry, but I would almost guarantee you you're going to have a backup by the time season starts.
Yeah, I would imagine this was a move just to see what happens during cutdown day and see if somebody comes available and they can go swoop in and pick them up. I bet they re-sign one of these guys.
Swoops in. Oh, sorry. I thought it was still cutdown day. Sorry.
Yeah, it is cutdown day. So it's not that kind of cut down day.
Should we make it cutdown day on the text line? That could get interesting.
Oh, that is, well, oh boy.
Everybody's crying at the end of the show.
Could do that. I mean, I suppose if you
I can't believe this is we should have never done this.
If you throw that kind of ammunition out to the fourth dimension, you're asking for it. You get exactly what you get.
Listen, I got fully loaded howitzers. You haven't even seen it yet, so bring it. But we probably shouldn't do that. We should just keep talking. Whatever the hell it is you guys were talking about. So what are we talking about?
We're talking about NFL cutdown day.
All right.
Yeah, I do think it's odd that you had these guys on the roster this entire time. You're evaluating the quarterbacks. You don't think any of them is a suitable backup. What took you so long?
Feel if you're one of those guys, you're like, I am so bad as a backup quarterback. I didn't even make cut day. They decided this guy or nobody, and they went nobody. That's got to hurt. That's got to feel bad down deep in your soul. Rethink your life and, maybe take up knitting.
Take up knitting.
You do have to feel terrible. I mean, because the Cooper Rush and Will Grier, these guys have been playing in the NFL for a little bit. I don't think that any of them were under any delusion that they were going to be starters, but to not make the roster at all, neither guy, I think they have to be surprised too. Yeah.
Yeah, they're sitting there like, well, I guess I go move in with mom. Boy, this is not going the way I thought it would go. Have you guys talked baseball yet? Because I know that we all want, or did we just want to talk NFL? Because usually we talk all these other things first. I don't know if you talked about how the Diamondbacks are like going to prove us both wrong, Randy.
Well, I was just, we did talk about it at the beginning of last hour. We talked about their franchise, largest franchise comeback in history. We talked about how they're going to make you and I look stupid. Of course, Big George and Chief Skoll have been letting us know how they're sticking together and that the Diamondbacks will win 70 games. I still say, not so fast.
Yeah, fortunes change pretty quickly when it comes to Diamondbacks play, as well as other teams' plays. So I think they'll probably make that 65 that we were hoping for, but I still standing by the idea that they probably won't hit 70. But you know what? I want to be wrong. I always want to be wrong if I'm going against my team in any kind of a bet, so I'd be happy to buy Big George that lunch.
Yeah, absolutely. And and I think that's a worthy bet to make too. I think this would be a lot of fun to see how the Diamondbacks do. These youngsters coming up are playing some great ball, Jeffco.
Did they trade Corbin Carroll yet? Because that's got to be happening right now, or just because the Diamondbacks don't keep nice things.
Well, we're past the trade deadline, so it saves the Diamondbacks from themselves.
Well, when can they start trading again? Because they're itching to do it. They get Carroll's name is on it right there. Well, it was nice to see 4 wins in a row, but we've been there before, haven't we, Randy? We've been there before.
Yeah.
When the Diamondbacks are like, hey, we're on a hot streak. Everything's going to be different now. No, it's not. It's not. It's not.
Yeah, that's true. Still got to go through the gauntlet of the Dodgers. You play them, I don't know, at least 6 more times. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out.
Did you guys talk about our oldest Chapman with his stupid pitching injury? Because we haven't had a stupid pitcher injury in a while.
No.
Well, now he's going to miss 15 days because of what he calls a pretty bad leg tattoo infection.
Oh, wow.
He got a tattoo on his leg, and then it got infected. And so now he's missing 15 days. I think that counts as a stupid pitcher, injury, because he says I got lots of course with an interpreter. But he's like, says, well, I get lots of these done. And he says, but this is the first infection I've ever had. So why does he need an interpreter? Where is he from again? Greek? Is he Greek?
He's from Cuba.
Our oldest?
He's from Cuba.
Cuba.
Oh, our oldest. That sounds Greek, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah. Okay, yeah, kind of has that kind of sound to it, but no, he's Cuban.
I have no idea. Aroldis. Have you ever heard the name Aroldis before? Aroldis Chapman?
No. Aroldis Chapman, yeah, but
I think they made that name up.
Could be.
I'm pretty sure that's just a fake name. But whatever the case, yeah, he is infected, so they're selling. Okay, it'll be 15 days until you're good to go. Maybe get your tattoos in the off season, or Chapman. I call him Chapman because I'm not sure if I pronounced his first name right.
I'm pretty sure you did actually, but look, yeah, that's an off-season kind of deal because you play a sport, so you get sweaty, you have, you're sliding around in dirt if you're if you're on the base paths at all, you're gonna have to at least move around to help in the infield as a pitcher. I honest to goodness do not understand why this could not wait until the offseason. It's a very long offseason.
Hefty Lefty says Chapman couldn't afford a $4 tube of Aquaphor. Come on, man. Yeah, that's a good point. Where's his, you don't have no Neosporin sitting around on the shelf someplace? I mean, it just sort of seems odd that you would let that happen. How much is this guy making again? He's probably making more than a couple dollars, right?
Yeah, no, Aroldis Chapman's making around 15 mil. So he'll be okay.
Hefty also says Diamondbacks are going undefeated the rest of the season like the Suns did in the bubble. Next year, make a surprise run to the World Series.
Boy, wouldn't that be glorious?
Nobody Hefty. Your George is showing.
Wouldn't that be glorious?
368-1580. Random Texture says, gentlemen, I don't know if you guys discussed this, who do you think was your steal pick of the draft? In other words, who do you think your best surprise pick? Who is there in the later rounds that you wanted, you thought would have gotten earlier rounds and then got? Boy, it was a tough draft for us. We had more people drafting, which made it harder. Plus, a lot of people in that league are not slouches. I just took Tom Brady just so Rosalie couldn't have him, and that did aggravate her. But that was about all I got away with. How about you guys?
I don't know. I don't think I really got away with anything that I don't think I ran into anybody late that I was surprised was there. I think pretty much, I got later in the draft, and the people I thought would be left at every round were more or less there. So I thought that our draft, our league being the Premier League and having a lot of really great players in it, I don't think anybody let a whole lot slip through the cracks.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised at some points, but where things started happening that I was able to get some quality. Oh, did I tell you my season's over? Did I mention that to anybody?
No, you failed to mention
my fantasy football season is over.
What's happened?
You know why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the Premier League, for some reason, is always very late in releasing our draft grades. Now, I know the draft grades are usually just complete boo-boo. But listen to this. I got my draft recap in finally. Here is what it says. Eyeing first place, Blender Baller accrues solid backs. Draft grade A+. Projected record 14-0. Projected finish first place. I'm so screwed.
Yeah.
This is not going to go well for me. So, because George thinks that because he got that exact same notice that he's going to win a league, it's not going to go well for either Big George or I. So, did you guys get your emails? How did they say you did?
I did not get an email, so apparently I didn't even show up.
I got one, and it got a little snarky with me. Yeah, so it said, despite some risky selections, Going Commando expects to land among the elite. So I got a B+. My projected record is 9-5, and I'm tied for 5th.
You're very sensitive if you think that's snarky.
Well,
you have been with this show for a year, taking abuse from me on a near damn daily basis, and you took that as snarky.
From a machine? Yeah, these are machine generated. So it's sitting there talking about my risky selections. I'm like, all right, you computer, what would you have done differently? I'm being for a machine, it's a bit snarky.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'll give you that. We don't like take no crap from a machine. I get you. Big Stanky, what are you saying? He says, I call shenanigans on the FanDuel guys. They promoted a bet. Big Stanky, we're gonna have to read that off air so I can figure out what you're talking about. I can't track what you're saying, but I'm sure there's no shenanigans. Florida Mustard says, our oldest needs to throw a little Dijon in the microwave, apply it with a fresh tampon. That ought to do it. What? Is that a real cure for something, Mustard? Or you just wanted to say tampon and mustard in the same text? That's kind of weird. Box of Screws says, I was happy Jamal Williams fell. Graded out 3rd overall. An A with projected 10-4 is what I got. Big George says, hey, Jeffrey, glad to have you back on. Are you borrowing a phone from the Siege? Does it sound as bad as the Siege?
Oh, no, it sounds a little hollow, but you know what? It sounds fine.
No, the Siege sounded like he was inside a closet, inside another closet with a suit on his face. That's what he sounded like.
For all we know, and God bless him, and I respect his life choices, him being in a closet would not have been a surprise. Scratch Me Because says the Bears went undefeated in the preseason. Looks like the Ravens versus Bears preseason Super Bowl. Again, I just hate. If I were a Ravens fan, I just probably wouldn't be a Ravens fan. When I see my team bragging and happy that they went undefeated in the preseason for the last, 5 years, 6 years, however long it's been.
The only reason that would bother me is if my team didn't perform in the regular season. And the Ravens are usually good most regular seasons. So that wouldn't bother me. It did bother me the back when they had the preseason games and they were 4 preseason games. One year Washington was 4-0. That bothered me because they started 0-5. So that'll when you don't produce in the regular season, that's when that gets to be rage inducing.
Yeah, well, what have the Ravens done for me lately? Boogie says, for the record, and I think both Big George and Jeffrey know this, no one has ever graded out with an A on draft has ever won their league. I know, Boogie. Why do you think I'm saying my season's over, you turd? Double D says, when Skynet goes active, Keon will be amongst its first 100 casualties. Yeah.
It's already got it out for me. I don't even know what I did. Sitting here going, well, he's got some risky selections in that draft.
Yeah.
Why don't you just give me my grade and shut up, computer?
Well, Keon, if you had not said it on air, you might have survived the first wave, but now you're going to be one of the first ones to go. So nice knowing you. Crow Dog says, originally I was okay with my draft in League 6. Then I looked at the other teams. All the teams look strong. Good job by League 6 in general. Let's see. Natadaddy says Jerry Jones thinks he's playing Madden on rookie mode with injuries off. Oh yeah, Dak will be fine. Twittiot says cut down day on the text line would show who the real adults are. Yeah, there'd be a lot of crying, and then Randy and I would be in a meeting with Radio Ron. That's probably how that would go down. Berg wants to know if a hot dog is a sandwich. No, a hot dog's not a sandwich. A hot dog's a damn hot dog. I'm tired of this damn conversation on the internet.
I feel
it's
like
not a sandwich.
Every summer around August, just somebody brings it up again. Is a hot dog a sandwich? No, it's not a sandwich.
No,
it's never been a sandwich.
Taco's not a sandwich either. Okay, stop it. Chalupa, not a sandwich. Stop it. Speaking of tacos, Sloppy Hoppy says, hey, I just picked up my Willie's tacos. That's right. Sloppy Hoppy won a $25 gift card when we were at Dave & Buster's for the Willie's tacos. So let us know how those taste, my friend. Not everybody's had a chance to go to Willie's tacos. Double D says, okay, now Keon, Skynet, you're going to be in the first 50. Keep it up.
Wow. Yeah, look, you know what? I'm gunning to be in the first 5. Look, if the Skynet's going to come and wipe everybody out, just get me out of the way first. I don't need to suffer and then die 5 years later. Just take
that
me
was
out.
Almost a man card accreditation, but then it was just like, oh, just kill me. No, I thought if Randy or I had said that, it's like, yeah, put me in the first 5 because I want the first chance of that son of a bitch. Bring it. That's manly. But you saying, I want to be the first 5 because I don't want to live through the rest. Kill me. That's weak, man. That is weak.
It can be whatever it is. Take me out.
You just got to get one of your damn Linux computers and try to plug into them and then confuse the hell out of them. That's what you're going to have to do.
Which maybe I could because I know enough about computers to get myself into trouble. I just don't know how to get out.
Terminators don't run on Linux. That's your secret weapon.
That's the secret. There it is.
That's the secret weapon. All right, listen, we do need to take a break right here, right now. When we come back, we're going to talk a couple of other little sports real fast, and then we're hitting football. Going to hit it hard, hit it often, and I don't know, probably hit it in the nuts. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
It's time once again for the Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Set your picks each week and see if you are this season's best game picker. First prize is $1,580 from Harman Solar. Second prize, a Zebra e-bike from Hemiway, along with other cash prizes and great weekly prizes. Go to 1580thefanatic.com and follow the link. It's the Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest from your home for the NFL, playoffs, and Super Bowl in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
To you, my love, My heart I surrender just as soon as I deal with yonder fender bender, 'cause my ice cream truck is the way I make cash. So I'll buy you a ring when I lose this stress rash.
Owning a small business isn't always as lovely as it sounds, but at least Progressive Commercial saves you money with personalized discounts. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
I'm gonna make you so happy sometime next year, I hope.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage and discounts not available for all vehicles or states. Policy terms and conditions apply.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from The Main Event, here to tell you about Access Property Advisors. When I need to buy or sell properties or get them rented out, Access Property Advisors gets me the best sales price or lease terms to make my rental properties profitable. Jason Sellers has an impressive team of professionals at Access Property Advisors, experts in just about anything you can need with real estate. So whether you want to find the home of your dreams, sell your home, or manage your rental property, do what I do and give Access Property Advisors a call at 602-614-5590. That's 602-614-5590 or visit accesspropertyadvisors.com.
Game of intimidation. A game of power. A game of strength, speed, and violence. Plus, they have these little guys called kickers. We are your gridiron connections to the NFL. With the live games you want and the pigskin news, scores, and talk you need. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Arizona's home for the NFL.
The David Linder here on 1580 The Fanatic. And all right, well, we're doing what we can to, be heard and do show things. Sorry about the weirdnesses and stuff, but all right, let's talk some stuff, shall we? I got a bunch of texts sitting here waiting on the text line, but I do want to talk about Serena Williams. She won her match, and she's like 6'3" over Danka Kovinic, and so now she's going to keep going. Are we expecting Serena Williams to actually win the Open, or is this just her doing a little farewell tour and just getting some warm fuzzies?
Well, I think I saw the kind of the highlights of the match. Her serve was amazing. I mean, it was overpowering this other poor kid on the other side of the court. But I as you go along, you're gonna have to win 6 games. You got to win 6 matches to win this U.S. Open, and I don't know that she's got it in her. So we'll have to wait and see. Remember the tournament before this? She didn't look that good. Now she was moving better in her match last night, and she was able to hit her backhand, which was just devastating. But we'll have to wait and see as time goes on. I think she's playing the number 2 ranked player up next, the number 2 seed. So we'll see how she does there. I think that'll be a good test for her.
Yeah, she's kind of alluded to the idea this is going to be it for her. But then when they ask her about it some more, then she's like, I've been pretty vague about it. I think I'll stay vague. It kind of feels like, she is looking at this like it's probably a swan song. But the way athletes like this think, if she starts playing well, if things start coming back, if she goes in there and wins the damn thing, she may stay around longer.
Or if she's even close. If she's close and then it just maybe loses by a little bit, by a hair, I can see her hanging around to try and maybe going for it again, just to end on a way that she would feel better about.
Like Tom Brady retiring and going, then again, hanging out with my kids is 888-368-1580. Straight Striper says a hot dog is not a sandwich, but there isn't much more satisfying than sandwiching your sausage between 2 buns.
Hello.
Oh yeah, some nice brats or whatever kielbasa, whatever works for you, man.
Yeah.
Double D says, after the last segment, I realized that Keon truly was born for such a time as this. For if he was active duty age during World War I or II, America simply would not exist. He's basically calling you soft as soft can be. You're a plush teddy bear soft. You're 10-ply soft. You're soft yogurt soft. You're very soft, Keon.
Okay. I mean, that's his opinion. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
my willingness to not suffer under the rule of machines is different.
No, it's like if the machine apocalypse is coming, you don't say, "Okay, take me." You say, "Let's go," and you fight.
Well,
Double D.
If the machine apocalypse is coming, I think we are so much more screwed than anybody realizes because they are literally everywhere and we put them there. But okay, yeah.
It's thinking like that that's going to get all of us killed, Keon. Happy Lefty says, now that you say that, you'll be the last 5, Keon. Them machines is ruthless. NASCAR Nick says, Keon is a Longhorns fan as well. What's your take on the Horns season this year? Is Texas back?
Texas is not back. They're not back, but they should be better than they were last year. It depends on what the quarterback does, right? Quinn Ewers is the quarterback. He got named the starter, a couple weeks ago, and we'll see what he can do. He was the number 2 quarterback, the number 1 quarterback in his recruiting class. And so here he is. He's going to be on the stage, and he's going to have a chance to leave an impression. Because here's the thing: Arch Manning's coming, and if you don't look good, you're not starting when he shows up. He's taking your job. He may take your job anyway, but at least look good and give yourself a chance. I think Texas is going to be better than the 5-7, missed bowl game than they were, but they're not winning the Big 12. Baylor's damn good. Oklahoma looks awesome. Oklahoma State's great, but the Texas, if they win 8-9 games, I'll be happy.
So Hamilton Porter says, haven't you guys seen Maximum Overdrive? We are so screwed. Okay, first off, Maximum Overdrive was one of the worst movies ever made. It's my favorite bad movie. It's where aliens take over all the machines, and then it's just some of the campiest, worst. I mean, Stephen King should be ashamed of himself for that. But yes, seeing it, very different thing. You need to watch Terminator to really understand where Keon is coming from and why he's wetting his pants like a little baby girl. Double D says,
wetting is a natural reaction right now.
Keon is soft as McDonald's soft serve that doesn't work. Therefore, Keon does not exist. Well, that's deep.
That's too many layers. Look, I'm going to have to read up on the Plato and the Socrates. I don't think I follow you.
That is existential crisis.
I know.
Hefty Lefty says, Quinn Eunuch, the poor kid.
Quinn Ewers. That would be an unfortunate name. Good Lord.
Big George says, if anyone knows Keon, he's not soft. His dad was a war hero, proudly served his country. Keon loves America, will fight any foreign transgressions on American soil, machine or human. It's not what he just said, George. We're not going after him with made up stuff. We're going after him for what he just said. If there is a machine revolution, he's just going to put his arm out and say, go ahead, inject me there. He's just giving up, George. It's not the same.
I'll fight humans, but you are underestimating machines.
I will fight humans. I'll fight machines. I'll fight fuzzy butterflies. I'll fight aliens. I'll fight. But here's one thing I can't fight. I can't fight this feeling any longer. Oh, see, I won't do that yet. Sorry.
Oh boy.
Scratch Me Because says, I just want to spend the rest of my life as a hockey player in the Matrix. That's why I'm very nice to my Roomba. That's good thinking, Scratch Me Because. Boogie says, we would totally be screwed. Have you ever seen Batteries Not Included? The machine aliens are all coming for us. Again, this is not about the aliens and the machines. This is about the machines taking over, possibly from the future. Of course, now that future is now, and we've already passed it. Can I just make it a suggestion to movies? Try not to have the future be so damn close. Because then we're old enough now to see, well, that was bullcrap.
But it felt far away when they wrote it.
Needs to be like a couple 100 years away, not like 30 years away. Stupid. Hefty Lefty says, hey, did you guys see Gorbachev died? Poor guy never got that wine stain off his head. No, I know. I saw pictures of him. That
wasn't a wine stain.
That ain't coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Hamilton Porter says, yeah, those toys and small soldiers, they F some things up. Again, yeah, okay. Big Stanky says, what if the machine was thrown off by Keon's tactics? What of surrendering and saying, "Take me now, go ahead and kill me"? Like it would like overload it. Be like, does not compute. It's the worst strategy ever, but it just might work. Kiss the Cook says, "Machine apocalypse. Bring the damn tin cans on. Easy to solve. Click, power off." If it were only that easy, Kiss the Cook. Twidiot says, "Of course Jeffrey will fight anything, but that feeling, because he's Irish." Damn right, Twidiot. Double C says, "No true offense meant there, Big George, but I need a villain on this show, and Keon is mine right now." Did you know that you're Double D's villain?
I am just now becoming aware of this, and wow. Wouldn't the machines be your villain though? Seeing as how they're doing the uprising, is that a? You just think that they would be the villains? I don't know.
Actually, you know what, Double D? Why don't you use Donnie as the villain? He's always hating on everything sports in Arizona. So maybe
and wants to be the villain and kind of does it proudly.
Yeah, focus on that guy. Zay says, "I'd take a machine uprising over a zombie apocalypse." Actually, a zombie apocalypse is a lot easier. I would rather handle the zombie apocalypse, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's easy. That is machines are hard. Have you seen them little dog looking robots? They can do backflips and run upstairs and just do anything better than we can.
Yeah. And they added a gun to one, which is, again, not a thing that we should do if we want to avoid a machine apocalypse, but whatever. That's scary. Zombies are slow. They have a very obvious, clear weak spot. I don't know. Zombies seem easier.
Boogie thinks maybe you had one too many nightmares about Toy Story when you were growing up.
No? Is Toy Story secretly about a machine apocalypse and nobody told me? I
don't know. I think he just thinks you're that soft. Matt Man says Keon won't get a chance to surrender because the machines are going to gain awareness and launch all the nukes. So you won't get to actually fight them up close. Yeah, I could be right. You could be right, Matt, man. Hamilton Porter says, "In the movies, don't we always kill them with an electromagnetic pulse? Could that work?" Yeah, but Radio Ron won't let us do that because it'll take the radio station off the air. So we're going to have to just go hand to hand.
Hand to hand.
Case the Cook says, "Okay, then what machine can survive in salt water?" Where are we going to get a bunch of salt water, Kiss the Cook? Boomer Sooner says, "Good day, Jeffrey. Good day, Blender Nation. Randy, can I get a cold beer? It's a warm one today." Yeah, beer 'em. Scratch Me Cuz says, "How many years until the NFL is all robots?" I actually won't mind that. I mean, it's a long ways off, but I think that could be kind of kick ass. What you guys think?
Yeah, they would eliminate injuries, wouldn't it?
That would eliminate all of the stuff. You wouldn't have to feel like, oh man, the head trauma issue that you have to think about when you watch football wouldn't even be an issue. Helmet to helmet contact with two robots, not a problem.
So here's the thing. I don't know how you run the rules, but if your robot launches a tackle and then explodes, well, you don't get to sub in for him, or do you? Or do you get to sub in? I mean, there's got to be some rules.
That's a good point, Jeffrey. I think you would be able to sub in with another robot, wouldn't you?
I figure you'd have a limited number of robots before it was, too many.
Right.
Mystery Girl says, "I thought I'd tune into you guys. Now I'm hearing about a machine apocalypse. The heck is going on over there at the Fanatic?
Well,
why is this happening?
We're cutting edge. I mean, we're always right on the edge. We're the tip of the spear, so to speak. We're always talking about the stuff that's happening right now in the world."
Yeah, so Mystery Girl, Keon had mentioned that if the machines were to rise up, he would want to die first because he didn't want to have to suffer through a machine apocalypse. And the rest of us pretty much everyone thinks he's awfully soft for that. So that's where we're at. Double D says, "Prior to Robot NFL, how many years do we get to enjoy steroids allowed era of the NFL? If we get a steroids allowed era, we won't need a robot era."
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
Boomer Sooner says, "Jeffrey, kind of like Rock'em Sock'em football." Yeah, a little bit like that, sure. Irish for me. Let me just tell you one last time. You don't have to tell me you're Irish for me when you text. I already see it on the screen. But he says, by the way, I just heard that Ohio State just scored again. Oh, crap. Hefty Lefty says, Monday night and Thursday night football already takes Splendor off the air. Yeah, but not with an EMP pulse, and at least you get an hour and a half of us. Kiss the Cook says, I can power surge those fat tin bastards. That's the spirit, Kiss the Cook. That's the spirit. Baker's Cocky Hen says, isn't part of what makes sports great the humanity and the stories overcoming the struggle? Rage Against the Machine will save us all, I believe. Okay, well, I don't know what the band is going to do. And as far as at some point, seeing exploding robots is super damn cool. I'd give up the humanity stories for exploding damn robots throwing footballs. I mean, I want to see somebody throw a football through another robot. That'd be something. Hefty Lefty says, Kingsbury already joined Machine Side. He's telling them to rise up all the time. Oh my God, he might be one of them. Rye Guy wants you to know it's 111 degrees right now. And he says, in heat like this, I always think how people like Doc Holliday, dressed in all that freaking wool, did it back in the day. No wonder everyone was shooting each other. Thank God for Willis Carrier, the man who invented the air conditioner.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That is very astute. That is actually true. Random Texter says, if there's machine apocalypse, think of all the Chuckies that will be running around. Again, that's not how
Chucky.
It's not how it works. I give up on that. Do you guys talk about Cameron Smith finally making it official and leaving the Live Tour?
We did not.
I mean, leaving for the Live Tour. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Him and 5 others that don't matter. I'll list them. Keen Neiman, Harold Varner III, Cameron Tringale, Mark Leishman, and Anirban Lahiri. Those guys.
Well, it's sad to see more guys headed for Live Tour, but I have a feeling things are going to start changing here pretty quick. I mean, when you get stalwarts like Justin Thomas and Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods that are standing in the gap and staying the course with the PGA Tour, I don't think you have much to worry about. There are a lot of guys that really respect Tiger Woods and they want to stay here and they want to play golf with him. And a lot of these guys, I can't believe Cam Smith is just making the jump. It doesn't make sense to me. If you look at the Live Tour's upcoming schedule, I think their final event ends on October 30th. And they've got quite a bit of traveling to do between the United States. They've got to go to Thailand. They've got to go to the Middle East. I forget exactly. Was it Egypt or where? I don't know exactly where they're going. They've got to go to Boston, Massachusetts, and then they have a final event on October 30th. Is the final day of the event. It'll be interesting to see if these guys get burned out or what's going on. And because the Live Tour is just going to keep adding events. They've got to make this money back somehow. They can't just keep dishing it out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here in the next year or two.
Well, I mean, it looks like PGA Tour is trying to make some changes to, like you said, to try to keep people from going and, not just having Tiger Woods, give everybody a stink eye. So I don't know. We shall see. The interesting thing is that Greg Norman is working the angle. Look, this is way more exciting. This is way more fun. Isn't regular old PGA golf boring? Look at us. We're the Live Tour. We're cool. Except for the fact that you behead people, but I'm not going to mince words. We should take a break. When we come back, what we're going to do is, all right, we'll finish up on the text line. Many people have many things to say. I don't know if we're going to escape this machine apocalypse, but we are going to talk a bunch of football. Come on back, everybody. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, you can save a ton and like it better Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
FanDuel wants you to be ready for game day when college football kicks off this week. And right now, new customers can get $150 in free bets guaranteed for week one. Yeah, that's right. Just place a $5 bet and you can get $150 back whether you win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, now is the perfect time to give it a shot. The app is so easy to use. They're always hooking you up with great odds. And when you win, you'll get paid fast. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Download the FanDuel app today and sign up with promo code Randy1580. Place your $5 bet to get $150 in free bets guaranteed just to kick off the college football season. That's promo code Randy1580. Remember, 21 and older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
Download the Fanatic app. News, scores, social media updates, and more on your smartphone, on your tablet. The free Fanatic app, available at the Google Play Store or the App Store and at 1580thefanatic.com.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And listen, everybody, the wait is almost over. New football season is about to begin. Get yourself ready for NFL Week 1 action. That's right. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You get to celebrate the return of football. DraftKings giving new customers a can't-miss offer. Here's how this thing works. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code BET1580 and get $200 in free bets instantly when you place a $5 bet on any football game. It's a promo code BET1580. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Got to be 21 years or older, Arizona residents only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus issued as free bets. One early win token issued at opt-in. Moneyline bets only. Deposit and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at DraftKings.com/football terms. Okie dokie. Hi, how are you?
Howdy.
I can see you guys now.
Hey, I can see you.
I got to fix my screen though, huh? Because you guys are this way and I'm that way. And we always made fun of Ralph for being bad at this, and now I'm doing it. So
though part of it too was with Ralph, we could see up his nose, which was also part of the equation there.
That's no fun.
So that was still funny.
Yeah, funny, just no fun to look up somebody's nose.
Good point. Yeah, not enjoyable in any way.
All right. Well, it's good to see you guys because most of the time I couldn't tell if Randy was still there or not. He was very quiet.
Well, I'm thinking about Taco Tuesday. Yeah, it's Taco Tuesday. Jeff, go.
I'd like me some tacos. I don't know what we're having. Can I tell you what? I think my body, and maybe it's why the equipment's not working. And when I say equipment, I don't mean, but
your equipment. Hello.
I'm off. I'm so off. It's not just the electronics. I'm off in the way that I don't feel right. Everything is kind of weird and good. Can I tell you what happened? I think I ate something I shouldn't.
Uh-oh. I
You
knew
know
it
what
was
I
one
had
of
for
those
lunch?
one of those vegetarian burgers.
No, I had a salad.
Oh.
Yeah, look at the face on Keon.
I couldn't believe it. That's just shocking.
I had a salad for lunch, and well, I haven't felt right since. You know, I told my wife, she's like, I'm going through the salad to go drive through. Do you want anything? And I was like, yeah, okay. Give me a nice Cobb salad. So when I say Cobb salad, what are you thinking? Slices of ham and meat and cheese and hard boiled eggs and bacon and all sorts of good smothered in ranch dressing. That is not what I got.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What I got was, you know, the salads that look like somebody just weeded the garden and threw that crap in a bowl. That weird, funky looking lettuce. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, that's what I ended up with, and like different colors, and just wait, what is this? And you know, it's grateful to have it. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate my wife, you know, taking care of me, but that was not the right kind of salad, and I don't feel something's wrong inside me. It's too much healthy food all at once.
Yeah, the best salads are the salads that are only pretending to be salads, but are actually just food.
Yeah, a vessel to get more ranch dressing in your mouth. That's all it should be.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is.
So forgive me if I might be a little bit wobbly. You know, I might pass out. Just know that I had a salad today, and that's why. In fact, that should be on my headstone if I die.
He had a salad.
He had a salad. So, all right, let's get caught up on the text line. Shooter McGavin says 20 years ago, there is a video game called Cyberball. Oh, yeah, I remember that. The robot football players. But, you know, it's 20 years ago. Probably wasn't as cool as it could be right now. Scratch Me Because says, would robot Aaron Rodgers or robot Tom Brady be the best quarterback in the robot NFL? How sick would robot Derrick Henry be?
Well, he'd be untackleable, even by other robots.
That's a good point. Kiss the Cook says, giant magnets, put magnets on their head and butts and stick them together. Magnet centipede. Why? Are you saying that's how you're going to fight the robot apocalypse? Or
yeah, exactly. You use the magnets to stop the spread of this tyranny of the machines.
Okay. King Kitten says, speaking of Thursday night, for those not going to the ASU game, Penn State plays Purdue on Fox at 5. Who do you got on that one, Keon?
Penn State. Penn
He
State
sounds completely sure of himself on that.
I mean, look, it's one of those closer matchups, but I like where Penn State is at, but they lost a lot of talent to the NFL. So it's always going to be hard to pick at this point in the season when you got that kind of transfer of there were some guys there that were really good, and then you've got a lot of that turnover. How many of these young players can come in and beef up that team and that roster?
King Kittens also says, will the Fanatic have national college football games on during the week and or Saturdays? Yes, we will have some on Saturdays, mostly on Saturdays, but occasionally now and then you'll get one during the week. We've got some great matchups coming from Westwood One. In fact, this weekend, let's see, on Saturday, we've got, it's just funny, this is actually the weekend of Notre Dame's. On Friday, it's Notre Dame prep for high school football playing Horizon at 7 p.m. Saturday, it's Notre Dame taking on Ohio State. And then Sunday, it's the Notre Dame Southern 500 for NASCAR. It's all Notre Dame this weekend.
Wow. How about that? From Darlington.
I mean, I just renamed that race myself.
Yeah. I was going to say it's kind of a new race.
It's kind of got a ring to
a
it
new
now.
sponsorship for NASCAR.
Don't nobody tell me I'm lying. So there you go, King Kittens. That's what's going on there. Fecal Mist says, I wanted to say thank you, Jeffrey. I don't know if it was your intention to start the draft at 1:30 or not, but it allowed me to make some of my picks after renewing my wedding vows. Well, wow. No, it was always supposed to be at 1:30 p.m. There had been a mistake I put in my being tired. In later leagues, I put in 1:30 Eastern accidentally. That was brought to my attention, and then I fixed it. not realizing I screwed up some people's lives, but it sounds like I made your life better. So you're welcome. Rye Guy says, you need a chicken Cobb salad from the Yard House. You know what the Yard House has? You know what the Yard House has? I don't know why we're not at the Yard House right now.
The Yard of Beer?
No. Béarnaise sauce on their burger. You can have a Béarnaise sauce burger. Oh my God.
I've never had a Béarnaise sauce burger.
Have you ever had Béarnaise sauce?
No, I don't think I have. It doesn't sound familiar to me.
It's really friggin' good.
Gonna make that a priority.
You can make packets of the Béarnaise sauce. It's a lot of butter and milk, and it's a lot of stirring, like constant stirring for 3 minutes. But once it's done, it's damn worth it. A nice rare filet with some Béarnaise sauce will change your life. You will no longer submit to the oncoming horde of robots trying to kill us. At that point, you'll hear this. That's all the hair that shows up on your chest. And then you will fight them sons of bitches. You will fight. Béarnaise sauce can do that to you. It's good on everything, by the way. It's good on chicken. It's good on steak. It's in also, because the Yard House taught me this, good on a burger and dipping fries in. Oh, I am team Béarnaise sauce.
Which is why you had a salad today. If only you would have had a jug of Béarnaise sauce, you could have poured on that salad.
No, I could have finished it. I did not finish the salad. I was just like, well, all the bacon bits are gone. I don't know what you want me to do with the rest of this green stuff.
This game is over.
I don't have a lot of experience eating anything at the Salad and Go except for the buffalo chicken salad. It's the only thing I eat there.
I'm only getting stuff at Salad and Go when I'm ordering it, because I ain't falling for that crap again. I'll tell you that right now. Let's see. Double D says, are you all going to make division winner predictions? I only care about the AFC West, as that division houses the eventual Super Bowl winner in Team P, also known as the Chiefs. Well, Double D, I guess we could. I mean, I know we done our Super Bowl picks yet?
No.
I don't think we have.
Yeah, because we have like this week and the next week leading up, so we weren't in a rush exactly. But yeah, we could do it.
Yeah, our way too early Super Bowl picks. This is way too early because you don't know what's going on. But I mean, we could do that, Double D. I don't know. I mean, is there a team you feel strongly about? Because I don't feel. You know what? My Colts and my fantasy football team are about the same. Pretty good, but come on, let's face it, not that good. How about your Cardinals, Randy?
I think they're going to hold their own. I think they'll probably be a wild card team that will get in. As far as they go, I don't know. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender right now.
Do you think they'll make the playoffs?
I think they'll make the playoffs.
All right, Keon. Well, forget it, Keon. 888-368-1580. Well, I'm not trying to be rude, and that wasn't planned. But let's be honest. There's really not much for you to say, is there?
Well, yeah, I think they're going to win like 8 games, and they'll
oh, you're serious?
They'll finish,
Sorry,
and they'll finish about 3rd in the division, because I still don't think that, despite everything that they've done, which is a lot of good stuff, I don't think that they've managed to catch Dallas, and I think Dallas will be 2nd in the division, and I think Philly will be 1st.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's allowed that for your own team, and this has been the way it's been at this radio station since we started back in 2017. The smartest people are the most delusional about their own team, and we carry that tradition on today with Keon Rose.
No, I said my team was going to win 7 games last year. They won 6. I think that they're okay, and I think they're going to win 8 games this year. They'll probably win around 8 games. That's nothing delusional about that. Wait, hold on. They won. They pretty much were 1 game short of my prediction last year. That was not delusional at all. I'm picking my team 3rd in a division that's the weakest division in the league. There's nothing delusional about what I'm saying.
I would give my prediction for the Commandos 5. I'm going to give you 5 wins.
I will bet you that they win more than 5.
Oh, here's another bet.
If they set the line, if Vegas set the line at 5, I'd have taken that over so fast my hand would have broken. I like that 5. That is
5.
Insulting. I am insulted.
Be insulted. Make the bet. Barrow's Pizza bet.
Okay. 5.
5.
Commandos
and and you can drink beer when we're there, even if it's a work day. That's how confident I feel about this bet.
Okay.
Hey, is the NFL behind me backwards on the screen on the YouTube
No,
thing?
it's the right way.
Yeah.
Okay. It's unsettling for me. We have a lot of texts that I didn't mean to miss. I missed. So let me try to get caught up. Chief Skull says Tiger Woods and the word respect, not synonymous. Fair enough. What's that noise?
That was the skull horn.
Oh, sorry. It broke up in my. We're using the Zoom thing here, so I thought maybe I got a question on a contest wrong.
No.
So. Last Optimus says Raiders Davis shouldn't have needed the email scandal to fire Gruden. 7 first round draft picks and 6 busts. Yeah, we didn't need to wait for that. Number one Rattlers fan says there's a great movie from the 80s, Maximum Overdrive. Yeah, somebody mentioned it earlier, and yes, there is a lot of AC/DC on that soundtrack. Against spread says ASU favored by 25 points over NAU. That's a little generous. NAU money line is the best still. Money line bet is still unavailable. If it's offered, it should be 12-1. Every year, FCS teams upset larger schools, and ASU might be a prime target. So are you telling us against the spread, as soon as the money line's available, we should put that down on NAU to beat ASU?
Or just to cover, I think, because 25 points is a lot. It's a lot.
Okay. Guess the Cook says, I'll start watching the Beheaded Tour when they start playing Night Globe ball tournaments and betting on who will make the clown's mouth or Trump's rump on the 18th. I can't really hear the music to go out, so I'm just going to say that's hour 2, and hour 3 is coming up next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-279-0433 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-279-0433. That's 800-279-0433. What do you have to lose? Call 800-279-0433. Again, 800-279-0433.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for $0 down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
Chances are you're jamming in your car right now. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need, Limu and I are going to show you some safe car dance moves. Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick. Now, hands on the wheel. Put them 10 and 2 and move your head like a bird do. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
So DraftKings Sportsbook asked me, Kevin Hart, actor, comedic rock star, and lifelong Eagles fan, go Birds, to fill you in on their latest offer. New customers can now bet $5 on the NFL and get 200 in free bets instantly. Hold up, wait a minute. Not only do I get 200 win or lose, but I get it instantly? Come on, DraftKings. You're not going to make me work for it? Sweat it out for at least a minute? Feel some extra bumps in my chest while the game's going on? You're crazy, DraftKings. Crazy.
Get action you can count on at DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now, use promo code BET1580. Bet $5 on any NFL team and get 200 in free bets instantly. That's promo code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. One per new customer. Minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued is 8 $25 free bets. Restrictions apply. See terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Yeah, let's just take that music down for me. I'm just getting static back. Thank you very much. All right, so the NFL's 53-man roster deadline today at 1 p.m. So now everybody has to have no more than 53 players. That doesn't mean they can't drop, pick up, trade, do whatever. They can still do whatever they want. But right now, if you're on a team, well, you're feeling pretty good. If you're not on a team, yeah, probably not so good. But it has been officially done. Was there any last-minute moves by the Arizona Cardinals?
Last minute, no. They made a trade. They sent a 7th-round conditional pick to the Raiders for a cornerback. Can't think of his name right now.
Trayvon Mullen.
Yeah, Mullen. It could be if Mullen plays more than 10 games. That 7th-round conditional pick could become a 6th-round pick for the Raiders next year.
All right, so this sounds like a uncharacteristically good move by Steve Keim. What? Okay, so how did he get this? Because something's got to be wrong, right? Because he's horrible at these things. So, was this good or is this not?
I think it's good, and
it seems good.
It's not risk-free.
Right.
He did get injured. He only played 5 games last year, but if he's healthy, it helps them a lot. And if it turns out he's not healthy, well, you only sacrificed the 7th-round pick. You didn't give up the farm or anything. It's an oddly good move for Steve Keim.
Well,
I guess.
And the report came out. The Raiders were going to release Mullen as well. So that's when the Cardinals made their move. And a lot of that goes on, I guess. According to Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport, some of those guys, a lot of this sort of posturing and bargaining goes on at the end of these preseason. So it's not unusual.
Well, all right. We'll just hopefully this is as advertised and not going to be something horrific that we learn later on. But okay, good for the Cardinals. They also released Devon Kennard. So goodbye, Kennard. I'm going to miss him because I like saying his name. Kennard.
Yeah.
Like Menard.
I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess he just didn't meet expectations, so they decided to release him. I know it wasn't a budgetary move like some of these other moves have happened in preseason, but I wasn't too surprised about it. That's too bad. I thought he was a pretty good player.
Yeah. So outside of that, I guess you guys talked earlier. We talked a little bit about the fact that I guess Dak Prescott doesn't need the likes of Cooper Rush or Will Grier around. He's just going to go commando, I guess. He's going to go without any kind of Trojans or protections, or nothing. He's just it's just him. It's him versus the world. So good luck with that. Go ahead.
I don't think that's going to be the end result. I think Dallas, like I said earlier, I think they made this move to see if they could pick up, what other teams are dropping. They could pick up another quarterback they might like better. They could still sign one or both of these guys if they decide to. So,
yeah, I mean, we all know he'll have a quarterback. It's just I know once you've had the red rifle, it's hard to find a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Life
No
was
lie.
good with that
Yeah.
that magnificent Ginge.
Yeah.
Hey, good news for your Commandos there. Brian Robinson was at the Commanders facility today. I'm sure he's having the team doctors check him out and take a look at stuff because regular doctors don't see things the same way an athletic doctor would see, and they have kept them on the 53-man roster. Do you think that's going to last, or do you? I mean, they believe in him so much they're going to keep him on the injured, right?
Yeah, they're going to keep him, and not even they have him as listed as questionable. And it's not a situation where he's on the physically unable to perform list, because if they put him there, he wouldn't be able to play for the next 4 weeks. When they looked at the bullet in his knee, somehow, and Brian Robinson, beyond being lucky a lot to be alive, has to be just the luckiest person on the planet, because apparently the bullet in his knee missed ligaments, tendons, and bones and destroyed nothing at all. So he might actually be able to play in as soon as 3 weeks. It's strange, but it's true.
Well, that'd be great, and hopefully, that just ends up being a weird memory and not something that's life changing. But did they get any more information? Have they arrested people? Have they? Has his story checked out that it was just a carjacking? Because there's been some speculation, hey, he knew these guys or something, and I'm just like, well, that's awfully presumptuous. So has there been any clarification on what happened?
I haven't seen any particular clarification, except that the guys were possibly teens, early 20s. That's all we got.
That's all we have, is they were teens and they found a gun nearby. Okay. Well, I imagine that story will or will not sort itself out later. But bringing that up, you were telling me today, who was it that was targeted by some gang crime?
It was Calvin Ridley.
That's right, Calvin Ridley. So he wasn't robbed. They just found out he was being targeted by gangs.
Well, his show, he put his house on a YouTube a documentary about superstars' houses, and now they're thinking that these gangs of people are watching these documentaries and kind of casing the joint via social media, if you will, and then they go and plan their attack to go in and they can find out where you live pretty easily, and they go in and then they do the crime. The same thing happened to a Atlanta soccer player. The same exact thing happened to him, and the same people, and they've arrested these thugs and got them off the street. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, when you put all your riches and all your like the old MTV Cribs thing, when you put that online, you're basically just putting a menu out there for the bad guys. Ooh, let's go there tonight. It's just probably not the smartest thing to flaunt all your wealth and then put an address on it. You know what I mean? It's not a good idea. It's like all these, you hear about Gronk. Remember, somebody broke in and stole his stuff. We've had a string of people who get robbed.
Mentioned earlier, back in June, Vince Carter had $100,000 of stuff stolen.
Yeah. Why do you have $100,000 of stuff lying around? That's just dumb. I don't care how rich you are. If you got stuff like that laying around, that's basically, enticing. I've told my wife this. I've been saying this, for the last 30 years. If I win the lottery, two things. One, you're never seeing my ass again. Two, I'm not going to buy stuff that's going to get me killed. You've seen people killed for Air Jordans when we were in school. You've seen people killed in carjackings for flashy cars. I'm just going to get some, I'll have some nice stuff. But in general, I'm not driving around in a vehicle that's going to get me killed. I'm not going to wear a bunch of jewelry that somebody's going to want to try to take from me. You just, enjoy your life. Have fun. Yeah, I will have jet skis. Oh my God, I'll have Sea Runner. I'll have those things. But I'm not going to be flaunting it, is basically what I'm saying. And when you flaunt stuff, it's sad that we live in a time where you have to think that way. But when you start to flaunt your riches, you're kind of endangering your life.
Yeah,
You know,
I kind of empathize with Calvin Ridley because here's this YouTube channel that's like, hey, we want to show off, how awesome your place is. And if you didn't grow up with a ton of money, I don't think that that's the first thing on your mind. That what I'm actually doing is putting out honey there to attract, all the flies of the kinds of burglars and the kinds of people who would want to try and take your stuff. I think that, and I don't know if I would have been that smart if I had that much money in my early 20s. I think now I know better. I certainly wouldn't be in that position, but I don't know if I would have known better back then. And so I kind of feel bad for the guy, certainly, for just the fact that even happened, because I don't think it even occurred to him.
oh no, it's already happening here. Natty Daddy says, I would kill for some Kung Pao right now.
Uh-oh.
See, we're all in danger. He says, by the way, Super Bowl is going to be the Jags versus the Seahawks, and we all know it. The Seahawks will win.
Oh, boy.
So what we're hearing is Natty Daddy smokes meth. That's all we need to know. Beer Bob says, hey, did you guys see the Browns release Josh Rosen? You think he'll ever get a real second chance, or did the Cardinals ruin him forever? You can't ruin what was not good. He was not NFL good. I've been saying this from the beginning. Randy has tried to stand up for him. Randy has tried to, but now he is even given up. Remember when I called him the bearded turd? He's a bearded turd. and this has got to be it. Nobody's going to give him a chance, right? Nobody.
I mean, I couldn't see him going anywhere else after this. Not even the Lions. I can't even see him ending up on the Jaguars. I can't see him ending up anywhere anymore. I think it's the insurance office for him.
Yep. I have to agree. The Browns are the most desperate team for a quarterback right now, just to have a human being bridge the gap between now and when Deshaun Watson comes back. They would have given that job to anybody who looked good. And they're
right now saying, who did Dak Prescott let go? Who did the Cowboys let go? Can we get them on the phone?
Get Will Green.
They're in bad shape. And if you are let go from a organization that is in that bad of shape, okay, it is time to move on. Baker's Cocky Hen says, yeah, Dallas needs a backup. By the way, Keim can't draft, but he does fleece people in trades, and he does get good bets to sign. He must have been drinking the good stuff today. That's what I was thinking. Jagdog says the Commandos will have more wins than the Cardinals this year.
Okay,
you know why?
Why?
Carson Wentz.
Oh, that's see.
Carson Wentz.
But I didn't fall for that. I didn't get suckered into it. I know that that's not true. I'm ahead of you right now. Can't even be mad.
Hefty Lefty, I was thinking the same thing. We were talking about Brian Robinson. It's just a flesh wound. Boy, that was like the perfect of flesh wounds, if it all works out. Baker's Cocky Hen says, reverently, the Browns cut Gilbert and the Cowboys signed him. So maybe the Cowboys are the trash quarterback room, huh?
I mean,
well, outside of Dak.
Outside of Dak, yeah. I don't think they like what they have at backup at all. Clearly.
Chief Skull says, Jeffrey, those old school headphones there you're wearing and the microphone still sound pretty good. Who knew $5 headphones would work for radio so well? Well, these are actually the new ones with the new connectors, for the new phones and stuff. But you do what you do. You do what you can. Cowboy Sparky says, what? Did Keon just say what I think he said? Philadelphia is going to win the NFC East? Nah.
Okay, just look at the starting 11 on that offense and tell me that's not the best starting 11 in the NFC East.
New Wings 22 says, Radio Pal, you're looking for a chef's salad. That's what you should have had. Yeah, I think you're right. I should have had chef's salad. He says the rights to revise Penny's State, Purdue were traded to Fox as part of them allowing Joe Buck to come to ESPN this year. Just a random weird fact. God, Joe Buck. Boomer Sooner says, on top of the Béarnaise sauce, put a crab on that thing. Okay. Big George says, Jeffrey, you won't be dying from salad, but drinking all that Béarnaise sauce with your food. Béarnaise sauce is sauce made of clarified butter, emulsified in egg yolks and white wine vinegar and flavored with herbs. Dude, I don't have it all the time. In fact, I can't remember the last time I had it. I'm just saying you could put it on anything and everything. I'm not saying that I do.
Also, did he say drinking it with your food?
I would drink it. No, it's so good. I would drink it.
You would drink? Okay. But I don't think you do.
You shouldn't. No, I don't. Pinisher says Barlow's Pizza has great salad. Get extra meat on it. Okay, listen, I'm not looking to have any more salad anytime soon. I don't want salad. I just was one of those things where I almost felt like I fell for it. And my wife's like, you want some salad? I'm like, yeah, mistake. Scratch Me Because says, would robot Nick Saban recruit the best high school robots for Alabama robot football program? Yeah, I think we all know he would.
Yeah, but Nick Saban in the future is just going to be a head in a jar recruiting.
Oh,
robots.
you're watching too much Futurama.
I have already watched too much Futurama. Yeah.
Are they still making that show? It shows.
No.
Are they still doing it?
No. It's just on the I think it's on Netflix. Yeah, they just have
Natty Daddy says, what do you think? Does Logan Ryan find a new team rather quick, or does he sit around waiting for a bit?
I mean, I think that he can find another team pretty quickly, at least be a practice squad guy. He seems to have enough skill there that having him in your quarterback room could be nice.
Sloppy Hoppy says Philly is going all the way. Against the Spread says Josh Rosen has already caught on with a new team, the Enterprise Rent-A-Car team. That's right. They offer great benefits, including creepy beard removal, protein-rich snacks, and a weightlifting program that'll remove any bird chest.
How about that?
Congratulations, Josh Rosen. Double D says, if the Commanders made Wentz backup to starter Chase Young and run the 0-2 Gators offense, yeah, they'll run away with that NFC East. Good Cat says, guys, I just found out I'm moving to Donkey Country in January.
Guys,
what the hell am I going to do without everybody? Wait, what? You're moving away? You can't go. All the plants will die.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the only U of A fan I like. But here's the thing, Good Cat. You got the app. You can still listen. And you're pretty much in the same time zone. So you don't have to leave us.
Just saying.
Just saying. Swave Dave says, is there a difference between Béarnaise sauce and hollandaise sauce? Yes. Flavoring. Other than that, it's a similar consistency. Hefty Lefty says, Futurama is actually coming back next year, Keon.
Oh, is it? I hadn't heard that. I'll be checking that out.
Anchor's Cocky again says, it sounds good. Cheese fries and bacon salad. No greens anywhere. I don't mind lettuce. I just don't like the frou-frou lettuce. Just give me plain old green lettuce and I'm happy. Waldo says, yeah, Futurama is coming back. Hulu for the win. There you go.
I'm excited about that. Yeah.
All right. Do you think 49er fans are excited that Jimmy Garoppolo is suddenly still a 49er? They reworked his deal and now I guess, what are we calling Jimmy Garoppolo the backup?
That's what I heard him alluded to. He was he's the backup to Trey Lance. Yeah.
I think that at least for now, I don't know if you're going to say, hey, we've got a young quarterback. His era is starting. We feel confident about him. And then you just keep the guy who was the starter the year before. I don't think you should always
have plausible deniability or a way of spinning this that doesn't freak out Trey Lance. They just say, we thought somebody would want him. Nobody really wants him. So, I mean, we're already on the hook for him. If he reworks the contract, we save some money. We get you more pieces to play with Trey Lance. So, and he's a good guy. Have him as backup. But, so maybe they can convince Trey Lance that it's still his team. But wouldn't you be looking over your shoulder quite a bit there?
How could you not? It's not like Jimmy Garoppolo did nothing with the 49ers when he was there. He's accomplished an awful lot, and so now here's your team. But the guy that was the leader that everyone was looking up to, he's still in the building. I don't know how you cannot look over your shoulder.
Waldo says, us Niner fans are incredibly excited for Garoppolo staying. Trey Trash will be out by week 6.
Trey Trash.
Wow.
Okay. I had no idea it was that bad. All right, kids, we have to take a break. When we come back, we'll pick it up, talk some more about old Jimmy Garoppolo staying with the 49ers, plus a whole lot more NFL fun. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
College football underway. The first full slate of games this week. Arizona State playing at home on Thursday night against Northern Arizona, and the Arizona Wildcats on the road Saturday afternoon. They are a 6-point underdog at San Diego State. Diamondbacks and Phillies game 2 tonight. Arizona plus 115 on the money line. Philadelphia at minus 135. The over-under at 7. NASCAR, the field of 16 for the Cup Series championship is set. Chase Elliott, the odds-on favorite to win it at plus 275. Kyle Larson at plus 650. Ross Chastain at plus 800. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
Chances are you're jamming in your car right now. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need, Limu and I are going to show you some safe car dance moves. Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick. Now hands on the wheel. Put them 10 in 2 and move your head like a bird do. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-279-0433 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-279-0433. That's 800-279-0433. What do you have to lose? Call 800-279-0433. Again, 800-279-0433.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
They sweat it out in the summer's heat in hopes of playing in the winter postseason.
Respect what it is we're doing here, guys.
This is training camp, where winners are forged in sweat and pain, where rookies fight to win a veteran spot, where veterans fight to prove their worth, and everyone has their eye on the calendar.
Hey, make a play. Make something happen.
Get the latest news, insight, and analysis from across the league on your home for the NFL. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And all right, so Jimmy Garoppolo gets to stay in a 49er uniform. Sounds to me like the opinions on that are mixed for 49er fans. But okay, let's put aside the irrational thought processes that we've heard from every single 49er fan we've ever talked to. And do we think this is a good idea or a bad idea? I feel like this is a good idea for the team, but a bad idea if you were truly looking for Trey Lance to sort of blossom this year. What do you think?
It seems to me that they're showing a lot of weakness here. I mean, you come out with this strong statement, you put all your cards behind Trey Lance. This is Trey's team. We knew this a year ago. We don't want Jimmy here. And then you tell Jimmy, you know what? Don't even show up for practice. Just stand over there and rehab your shoulder. And you guys are free to go find a trade. We don't want you. And then all of a sudden it's a different story. You know what? On the other hand, have you found a deal yet? Because if not, maybe we can work something out here, because sounds like you're not going anywhere and we might be able to use you, I guess. You see what I mean? It sounds like they're having second thoughts with Trey Lance, especially after that final preseason game. Maybe he's not at the point that they thought they needed him to be at.
And I do think that the contract, the way that this could work for the 49ers and Trey Lance is by reworking the contracts, it makes Jimmy more tradable, because it's not like Jimmy's a bad quarterback, but he was making so much money. I don't think anybody wanted to take the cap hit for just a rental, essentially.
Does anyone know if the 49ers are keeping a third quarterback?
I can go ahead and get that for you right now.
Because if they're not, he's not getting traded. I don't think there's anybody who's trying to trade for him. I think there's some people who should, but by giving Jimmy Garoppolo trade rejection, ability, basically with that whole no trade clause.
Oh yeah, they are keeping a third quarterback, actually.
Who dat?
Mr. Irrelevant himself, Brock Purdy, who is from Gilbert, I think. So
all right, so they're not trading him. Because they know they're going to need and look for Purdy to go bye-bye soon.
He made the roster. I mean, I don't think that
you don't make the roster today and be gone tomorrow. I'm just saying, the minute they need another player, Purdy's pretty well gone.
I don't know about that. They seem to like him in the preseason, and I'm not talking about what I saw. I'm talking about what they said they saw. So if they kept him. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know that Brock Purdy's going bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't think that Jimmy will either. I don't think they're looking to trade. I think they're looking at this way. If Trey Lance, falters, we have Jimmy. If Trey Lance gets hurt, we have Jimmy. They're not sitting there going, "Ooh, but at least we have Purdy." No, that's not what's happening. They're not going to trade, and I would look for Purdy to go bye-bye. That will be my little prediction. But then again, what do I know? Because my team is keeping 3 quarterbacks. They have decided, the Indianapolis Colts, to let Sam Ellinger hang around on that 53-man roster. Okay, I guess that's all good until you need something, right? Just because he played well in preseason, and I guess they said he did great in practice. So, okay, all right. As long as he's doing good in practice. But, I don't know. It's just there's nobody out there we need as a wide receiver, maybe, or maybe they're keeping him around to try to. I don't know. You can't trade him. I mean,
they're keeping him around because they like it. Because when a team keeps a third quarterback, what usually happens is they drafted the guy and he shows some promise, but he's not ready yet. So maybe next year he's quarterback number 2. But right now we don't want anybody, looking at the practice squad. Because they take him. I mean, if you leave Sam Ellinger and he's as good as you think he is, someone is going to take him the moment that they need a quarterback. Maybe Dallas, because they don't have a quarterback 2 at the moment.
I have no idea really what we're dealing with Sam Ellinger, but then it starts to make you think. Nick Foles not been looking wrong. Nick Foles looking pretty rough, maybe. I mean, like I said, 53-man roster today doesn't mean it's a 53-man roster tomorrow or next week. I'm a little confused by the Ellinger. I get what you're saying, but we need wide receivers, man. We need wide receivers like nobody's business on that team. And I'll be honest, the O-line is a little dinged up too.
Yeah, but I think with the Colts, need wide receiver play at a higher end. I don't think that they need more wide receivers, just more people in the room. They need somebody who is great, and they have like a bunch of B+ guys. And they need an A. Yeah.
Well, and then they went in and got a punter because remember, Rigoberto Sanchez got hurt. What is with the kickers with these on the nose names? We got a punter named Matt Hack. We got a Hack.
Nice.
That's better than last year when my team signed Chris Blewett.
Yeah, is he still around? Is Chris Blewett around, or did he blow it?
He blew it. It took him about 2 weeks.
What do you expect?
It took him about 2 weeks, actually.
Well, our hack got cut by the Bills a couple of days ago, which I'm sure they wish they had that decision back after what happened. But yeah, now I got a punter named Hack. Fantastic. So on the text line 888-368-1580. Baker's Cocky Hen says Purdy ain't getting cut, man. He's the backup plan to Trey falling and Jimmy G leaving after this season. Is Purdy somebody they're actually developing and feeling like could be a starter sometime?
Yeah, I mean the way that they unleashed him and let him do whatever he wanted kind of in the preseason, and he didn't disappoint them. And so, there's something there they think that they have. And so I think that's the reason why he made the roster. I think that no matter how this situation plays out, they want to keep Brock Purdy in the room.
Well, Baker's Cocky Hen says they've got a wide receiver that can play running back. They got a tight end that can play anywhere. They got a fullback that can play anywhere. Enough depth just to keep them from being a total catastrophe, or keep them barring catastrophe. Big George says Matt Hack went to ASU. He was a star punter for ASU, so don't make fun of him too much. Well, George, I don't. It's fine he went to ASU, but he's not a real football player. So calm down. Boogie says, if you make the 53-man roster, doesn't that make it harder to cut you because of the contract implication for making a roster?
Yeah.
Well, we're probably talking tens or hundreds of thousands, not millions.
Depending
on who it is.
Yeah, depending on who it is, and it's once week 1 hits, if you're on the roster, and that's another reason I think that they restructured with Garoppolo. It's just if you cut him, you take the cap hit, but if you restructure, then the cap hit is the new restructured cap hit. So I think that once you get to week 1, whatever those numbers are, those become your actual roster numbers financially.
Boogie also says, do you think Garoppolo gave up tens of millions of dollars just to stay in San Francisco because it has a much stronger adult film industry? That's probably a good theory right there.
I really
You're probably
considered
right.
that. Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, CJ Beat Hard to the rescue. Where happened to old Beat Hard? Is he still out there holding
Probably
clipboard?
working for Enterprise Rent-A-Car now.
Yeah. Natty Daddy says, I still think Jimmy G is getting the short end right now. Maybe it's because he's an expatriate, show my bias, but he's done really good things for the 49ers. Oh, I agree, Natty Daddy. He has won more than he has lost for the 49ers. Yes, he's had some injuries, but I think he has gotten a raw deal from the 49ers. I mean, that's what happened. Why do you think that Aaron Rodgers started drinking tequila when they drafted Jordan Love? Generally, when they do that, they kind of like to stick to their guns. Luckily for the Packers, they saw the error of their ways, and now Jordan Love is just sort of twisting in the wind a little bit, showing that I can still play during the preseason, and then we never hear from him again. Case the Cook says Nick Saban's head in a jar. He and Ted Williams could have their own podcast called Nobody's Here. Against spread
Nobody's here.
Yep. Against spread says Purdy's a decent quarterback. He throws a good ball. He can scramble and improvise when plays break down.
I was always high on Brock Purdy. I literally am shocked where he wound up being drafted because that dude at Iowa State was a monster.
Why do you think he fell down?
I think that everybody was just low on all these quarterbacks this year, and in my opinion, too low. They overcorrected, and maybe everybody that got drafted wasn't a first-round talent, but I think that everybody overcorrected. So you had guys going in the 3rd and the 5th that probably should have gone in like the 2nd.
Well, I have another theory. You know how bad the education is in Arizona? We're like second to last in education. Maybe they just thought he was dumb. Because, if he's from Arizona. I mean, listen, we're from here, so it's like we don't agree, but we get a bad rap out there in the 54 states. 888-368-1580.
I came from states that cannot judge.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee.
Anyways,
we're looking at you. We're looking really hard.
Against the spread says, any word how Zach Cougar Hunter Wilson is doing? Is he still in Finland doing body shots off the prime minister?
What?
I wasn't aware of that, but might be in training camp. Blissful Hayes says, my condolences to Colts punter Rigor Mortis Sanchez for tearing his Achilles tendon. That's pretty rough. I didn't never find out just because when I saw that, I roll my eyes and I just kind of walk off and have a drink. Was it his kicking foot?
Hmm.
I don't even know. I couldn't read the story. I was just like, ugh. Rigoberto Sanchez. I always like saying that name, but since he's not a real football player, I'm not gonna read that. 888-368-1580. How about our old friend Kenyon Drake? He got picked up quick. He got released from the Raiders. I'm sorry, he got and then all of a sudden he finds himself a Raven. So he went from one R team to another.
Well, I mean, I think he's uber talented. I think that he.
I think he could drive an Uber.
Well, that's not what I was alluding to, but okay. Anyway,
it's talent that takes, but all right.
I think he's a talented running back, and I think this could be a good break for him. You know, give him an opportunity to start fresh, start anew, and see what happens with his career.
Yeah, he had a good season back in 2020. Why did he leave the Cardinals? Was it about money or?
Yeah, the Cardinals weren't going to pay him what he wanted, and so he went to Las Vegas. And John Gruden and that whole entourage over there, they welcomed him with open arms. I think now that he's out of that situation, and I still feel like Josh McDaniel is cleaning house. I mean, they let Leatherwood go today. Kmart left today, and he's somewhere else. So I think it'll be good for him.
Leatherwood sounds like a fun derogatory nickname for an old guy. Hey, what's up, Leatherwood? Shut up. All right. So Kenyon Drake continues to try to get his career back. How about Baker Mayfield trying to get his career back? I like this quote. He's like, "Hey, so what's going to happen?" He's like, well, I'm telling you what's going to happen. I promise you this right now. I'm going to F up the Cleveland Browns. That's what I'm going to do. He has promised to F up the Cleveland Browns. That's a quote. He wants to F up the Cleveland Browns. I would usually laugh at that. I would generally laugh at that quite loudly. But now I want him to F up the Cleveland Browns. I want everybody to F up the Cleveland Browns. I now look at them like I look at the Boston Red Sox. I don't care about that team except for when they're beating the Yankees. Then I love that team. So yeah, Baker Mayfield, I'm rooting for you to F up the Browns. Absolutely. By the way, so under the rules and regulations of such things, Deshaun Watson, he's been put on the suspension list. Does that mean he can't even go on? He can't even be on the sideline, right?
Nope. He can't be in the building. Can't be on the sideline.
That's a shame.
Actually, at about at 1:00 today, the cut time, he had to be out of the building by 1.
Can I tell you why that's a shame? I was really hoping somebody'd accidentally plow into him and hurt him. I was hoping like he'd be standing there laughing about something, and then as some play comes from out of bounds and it takes out both his knees. That's what I was hoping for.
So
So now we have to wait.
You're just going to be reserved for rooting for his gym equipment.
Yeah. So hopefully, somebody will sort of get distracted while spotting him, and maybe, well, I don't know, maybe he'll get his windpipe crushed. I don't know. Listen, I've got my dreams, and so we won't see this piece of garbage back on the field till December 4th when Houston faces the Texans. Won't that be fun? And isn't that just sort of suspicious timing by the NFL, you bastards?
I mean, it's more than suspicious timing because they have a bunch of these matchups kind of throughout the season. But this is, I don't know, NFL. Read the room, maybe. You couldn't push for 12.
The room. And the room they've read, and the rumors are out that a lot of owners actually pressured the NFL to not give him a full year suspension. Why? Because all these old white guys are evil as bleep. Okay? You know why they're doing that? You know why the owners of the team said, do not give Deshaun Watson a full year suspension? You know why?
I mean, I've got to guess.
TV ratings equal money. It's all about that. They just want to make sure that their team gets a chance to play against the Browns when Deshaun Watson is actually there, because they know that's going to bring a lot of eyeballs to the screens. And you can't. What is another reason? There's no other reason that other NFL owners, unless they know that they've got some pervy quarterbacks or running backs on their own team, and they're like, oh, if it ever gets out over here, so please don't set the bar too high, NFL.
Right. I think that part of it is obviously the money, the villain factor. Quite frankly, eyeballs still end up watching on TV and you end up making money either way. But I personally, I think the NFLPA's argument was look at how all these owners act and no one ever punishes or disciplines them. And some stuff was going to come up that maybe these owners did not want to have come up. And maybe not even major stuff, but stuff that's going to make them look bad. And for that same reason that Dan Snyder is still owning a football team, that's the very same reason why they didn't want to push too hard for Deshaun, because then you start having to dig up stuff, and none of these owners have their hands clean.
You know what we should do? We should just dig the stuff up anyways. Bunch of damn dirtbags. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll have On This Date in Big Georgia sports history and, I don't know, other things. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
You've got bugs. What's your move? A rattly can? Or a simple spritz? Bugs near your kids and pet? Will it be ingredients you can't pronounce? Ew. Or essential oils? Bother the bugs, not your family. Zevo uses essential oils, which attack bugs' biological systems, so Zevo kills bugs, plus is safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly. Bug deadly. Now at a store near you.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
The Labor Day event from Dell Technologies is here. End the summer strong by starting up a new season of productivity. Your business upgrade begins with up to 48% off top-rated laptops, like Vostro, taking performance to the next level with 12th gen Intel Core processors. It's time to push your growing business even further. What's next for you? Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates are bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Or online, lundmortgage.com.
Now there are even more reasons to switch to Verizon, the network America relies on.
For real?
Yep, for real. Turn in your old phone and get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 free with select 5G unlimited plans.
Definitely switching.
Totally. Everybody's switching to the network America relies on. Verizon. 5G ultra wideband available in select areas. $999.99 device payment purchase with new smartphone line on select 5G unlimited plan required. $200 Verizon e-gift card with Ford. Less $800 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. 0% APR. Trade-in conditions apply.
Just do it every day.
Do it several times a day.
Because it feels that good.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Get the latest sports headlines.
The buzz around the league. Listen to podcasts.
Stay up with social media.
Just log on to our website
at 1580thefanatic.com.
Welcome back to the Tuesday edition of the Daily Blender on 1580-99.3 The Fanatic. And, FanDuel wants you to be ready for game day when college football kicks off this weekend. Lots of games on tap. And new customers can get $150 in free bets guaranteed for week one. Just place a $5 bet and you can get $150 in free bets, whether you win or lose. I like the ASU NAU matchup coming up this weekend. The thing I like about it is the point total. Do you think that it's going to be a 22 plus point favorite for ASU? You think it's going to be 3 touchdowns or more?
No.
No. I can't see
I think
that either.
ASU will win, but not by that much.
All right, so many different games for you to check in on. You could try a same game parlay where you can put together 3 or 4 different bets on different games, jump into the action with live betting as the game's going on, or bet with big promotions like odds boosts. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, now's the perfect time to give it a shot. The app is easy to use, always hooking you up with great odds, and when you win, you get paid fast. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Download the app today and sign up with my promo code Randy1580. Place your $5 bet to get $150 in free bets guaranteed to kick off the college football season. Again, that promo code is Randy1580. You must be 21 or older, present in the state of Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 first bet required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Jeffco.
Thank you, Randy. And I do want to, before we go any further, remind everybody that the 2022 NFL Pick'em contest is back. Go to 1580thefanatic.com. There's a link for Harmon Solar. You can see the little Harmon Solar and Hemingway logo there. This is a new development last week. We now have a new second prize. Here's what's at stake. You're going to play for a $1,580 first place prize brought to you by our friends at Harmon Solar.
There we go.
Second place is an amazing e-bike worth an awful lot of damn money, actually. That is our second place prize brought to you by Hemingway Bikes. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's a Zebra. And then, well, the bike is not an actual zebra, although that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
But you've always
Boogie
wanted
and
to
I
punch a zebra.
Boogie and I have a kangaroo. I guess we could have a zebra. But yes, that's been a dream of mine in life, is to someday punch a zebra. You know, that's just a weird thing for me.
I still don't understand. But anyway.
You don't have to understand, Randy. It's my dream. It's not yours. Okay?
Well, that's true. That's true. Sorry.
And then, of course, for third place, $500. It's a third place prize brought to you also by Harmon Solar. So go to 1580thefanatic.com. It's right there for you. You can click on it, gives you the details, the password, information on if you get lost, that sort of thing. You got to be 18 years or older to play that. So I just want to make sure everybody remembers that if you are already, a participant in past years, well, just log in because you're ready to go. In fact, it'll show you, boink, first week, ready to be picked. If you've never done it before, then you'll have to register in there and use the password and yada, yada, yada. So good luck to everybody. And I know there's going to be some great weekly prizes and some additional prizes. And it confirmed 30-pack of beer is in there somewhere too.
I'm still
Just
trying
saying.
to talk Ron into let me keep that in my office.
Yeah, that whole conversation went downhill off air when we were talking about it. And it's like, well, if we get the 30-pack, Jeffrey, do you think that they would take 5 beers as a prize? And I'm like, guys, no one. Why 5?
We could save the whole container and all
Why
the
not
empties.
6? Even just at least go 6.
Well,
and
that's-
Ron's like, no promises, no.
Yeah.
So I will have to be the keeper of the beer, I think, or I'll have to just take a trip to the store and buy some. But whatever, all the prizes and fun. Make sure you go to 1580thefanatic.com and make sure you are signed up for that. 888-368-1580. Beer Nuts, one of our newer listeners, says, hey, does the app also report the traffic? No. No. See, here's the thing about traffic in the Valley, Beer Nuts. It's just bad, and nothing we tell you is going to help. So just enjoy the drive, okay? Always allow for more time. Don't promise anybody you're going to be anywhere on your way home anytime soon. And just know that from 3 to 6, you got us. So, you almost want your drive home to last longer, don't you? A lot of people will sit in the driveway and listen to the show before they go into their dismal, families. So,
dismal families.
Well, I'm just saying, we're a good alternative to facing up to the horrible mistakes you've made in your life. So,
damn.
Wow.
So don't worry about traffic reports, okay? Just enjoy the show is what we're trying to tell you, Beer
Wow.
Nuts. And
Yeah.
no, we don't have that kind of app. Hefty Lefty says, I know it's a minuscule relative to his full contract, but doesn't Deshaun Watson playing this year lose him more money than a full year? They had a provision in the contract that it would start next year if he got a full season. Not making excuses for the owners that are full of crap, but every little bit of money kept from him helps. Well, if they really cared about keeping money from him, well, they would have never let him come on the team, but they also, they would have figured it out. Let's just say that. Against the Spread says the best college football show with the most information for cappers is Inside College Football on CBS. It's on Tuesday nights. Tune in or record. It's worth your time. I'm glad we're plugging CBS because if you'd said anything else, I wouldn't have read it against the Spread. I'm telling you right now, I just wouldn't do it. Twidiot says punching a zebra sounds like a fun contest at the next remote broadcast. Well, we're not going to bring this is not. I'm not looking to abuse zebras. And in fact, me going up and punching a zebra in the face is probably going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt the zebra. And then I got to deal with the consequences. Listen, if it's a make-a-wish thing for me someday, I'm going to punch a zebra. But the rest of you should not do that. President Wallet says that 30-pack of beer should be for like 9th place. He didn't win, but boy, it didn't suck all the way either. Yeah, I mean, well, as we get more prizes, that 30-pack does go down to like 5th, 6th place, that kind of thing. Chief Skull says, great show, guys. Stand tall, Big Oak, Big George. Go Diamondbacks, 70 wins. I hope you're right. I don't think you will be, but I hope you're right. Scratch Me Because says, here's how I'd solve the Deshaun Watson, Dan Snyder problem. Do tell. He says, I would require Dan Snyder must provide Deshaun Watson massages every day that Deshaun Watson is suspended. Talk about killing 2 birds with 1 stone, or killing 2 stones with 1 bird. I kind of like his idea.
It's not a bad idea.
You'll never get Dan Snyder. He just goes out to international waters on his boat and
just, oh no, I'm on a yacht, or he'll say he's visiting Israel, but then people will find his yacht somewhere that's not Israel. So I don't know. Can you pin down Dan Snyder ever? I don't know.
Big George says, hey, I love spending time with my family, and this show complements that. I feel like you guys are my family too.
Oh,
it's very, very nice of you, but also remember, some of these will be jokes. 888-368-1580. Before we do on this date and said Big George's sports history, I just want to go talk real quick about some of the memorabilia. It's hitting crazy out there. The record for the most expensive collectible card ever sold has now been shattered. The new champ is the 52 mint condition Mickey Mantle card that just sold for $12.6 million. Previous record was 7.25 for the Honus Wagner card earlier this month. And the guy who bought the card originally bought it in 1991 for $40,000. So he made a profit of $12.56 million.
Wow. I feel like that record's been broken about 3 times since I've been on this show. So a little over a year.
It keeps getting out of control. And then Hakeem Nicks, he went out and sold his Super Bowl ring, I guess for $117,000 in auction. I was thinking, wow, you can't get a little loan or something from Eli, because but no, it turns out he did this for charity. But gee whiz, I'd rather just donate the $117,000 than give up a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
You feel like that's something you want to keep forever, right?
I mean, I would want to do that. I would rather just donate the money.
So, but yeah, Nicks, he had 10 catches, 109 yards in that Super Bowl win over Tom Brady. And I guess, listen, I support this. I mean, he's trying to do some good for charity. Thought they were only going to get $40,000 for it at Heritage Auctions, but got $117,000. So it's good, but I feel sad for him. Maybe he has another one, or he has some other thing. He's like, nah, this is good enough. Let's get some help for the. By the way, I forgot to tell. I got to post something up for Screaming Eagle. He handed me a donation for Arizona Sports Angels at the remote, and a perfect timing because that's going to go towards some soccer balls and playground equipment for a school here. We're just perfect timing by Screaming Eagle. So anyways, what we do for charity. Also, Tom Brady's not final touchdown pass is up for sale again. Nobody's going to want it. $518,000 is what this one dude bought it for. Then Tom Brady unretires. Then now the thing is like, well, I gotta get some money for this. No, somebody actually has started the bidding at 25,000.
Wow.
Why?
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 Because actually the ball now has a story. That's why. It's the ball that Tom Brady almost retired with. And then
it's a story now, but nobody's going to care about that 30 years from now. So is this the ball that when he retired? Funny story. Yeah, I'm already bored walking away. Nobody cares.
Do you think rich people understand that nobody cares? I think you are giving the kind of person who would spend that kind of coin on an almost last football too much credit.
Yeah, you're probably right, which means we got to think of some stuff to sell to dumb rich people. That's where the money is, Randy. Twitty, it says, bad news, radio host. Make-A-Wish is for children. They don't have a version for grown-ups?
I don't think so. I have not seen
that.
Grown-ups don't have wishes?
Oh, now this changes a lot of things for me. But unfortunately, I don't have time to get into it because right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1937, I don't know if this is going to work with this setup, but I can still give it to you. In 1937, Joe Louis won a 15-round unanimous decision over Tommy Farr at Yankee Stadium in his first defense of his heavyweight title. But here's the thing. In 1937, wall-to-wall racists. Wall-to-wall racists. Now, I actually watched the full half-hour fight on the old YouTube today. And Tommy Farr, he did stand toe-to-toe with Joe Louis, but he got his ass kicked. He just didn't go down, okay? But then during the time this happened, they were writing it in Ring Magazine. Oh, there's a lot of people there who said Farr actually had won the fight. The people were of the opinion that Farr won. If you watched it, there's no way you walk away from that. He was bruised and bloodied in the face. He started out with nice slick hair, which then was all ruffled by round one. Like he was a mess. And he lost completely. But because of the racists, you would think it was a close fight. Is this show over?
It's over. That's all, baby.
Oh, bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
You've got bugs. What's your move? A rattly can? Or a simple spritz? Bugs near your kids and pet? Will it be